you know, every week I try to hit that pitch and I can't. It's just
You can't do that to me. As soon as I raise the volume back up after the intro plays, and then I got that. Apologies to the fucking audio listeners, because oh my god, I can only imagine what that fucking sounded like. Jesus
That's a tough note to
Christ.
hit.
it's a tough note. See,
I didn't know what that
It
was.
takes a lot of practice.
It's breaking fucking glass right now in people's apartments. That's what it's doing right now.
Oh shit! Wow. No. So don't do it no more.
But you got perfect pitch. Is that what it is?
Rihanna's
Nah,
gotta watch out. That's what I'm saying.
I just, I was just watching, Perfect Pitch like 2 days ago, and
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Shout out to an underrated movie there. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 57. I'm trying to put my pod voice on. Episode 57. We got 57 of these damn things, or 56. This is 57 of these damn things every Sunday. That's crazy, huh? Tell me how
It's
crazy
getting up
it is.
there. That number's
It's getting up there.
I mean, we're over a year
Yeah.
at this point, so it's just I'm not even counting anymore. I mean, that's good
Yeah,
that somebody. That's good that
I think-
somebody's keeping track. I'm not keeping track.
I might just start dropping the numbers because at this point,
No, I
whatever,
like it. No, I like the numbers. I like the numbers because it's cool that it is our 57th episode. That's cool. I think
You have
100
anniversaries.
I mean, right, 52 meant something. That means 52 fucking weeks of us talking whatever I mean, I don't know.
That means
you know?
I just thought about it since we just
What's
came
up?
off that whole trailer thing or whatever that was.
Uh-huh.
We
Oh
hit
no,
Prestige.
we're getting into that too.
We the actual channel hit Prestige 57. Like 2 episodes ago, but it was 55. But we hit Prestige.
Well, no, well that depends on what's the real prestige number. Okay, so since we're gonna get into that fucking talk, let's have that discussion. Is it 55? Is it 65?
I thought it was always 55, honestly.
That was
55.
originally,
Well, at
was
one point it was 50.
originally COD 4. It was 50. It was it COD 4 50 or 55?
I think
It
it
was
was one of those.
55.
It was one of those. Well, it was 55 for a while, but then I forgot what title did 50.
I feel like it was a black. I feel like it was a Black Ops title.
It was a Black Ops title. It was
that went to
50, and they
65.
added
or
5
it was
more
World,
prestiges.
not World. Was it World at War that went up as high as 65? Or am I
No, I
just
think it was a Black
misremembering?
Ops. It was 50.
Well, no,
and
but
then they
World
added
at War
5 more
is
prestiges.
World at War is a Black Ops title. That's why I'm asking you.
It could have been that one.
Well, that's the first, or that's the first Treyarch title that we got. Like that's what I'm saying.
Because what they ended up doing was they lowered down the levels to prestige to 50, but they added
Levels
5
of-
prestiges. Like instead of 10, it was 15.
Prestige.
That's what they ended up doing. So,
Every.
if
Act like
you
we don't
guys-
have
if-
fucking Google.
if you guys are wondering, I don't want to be a rude host. We have a special guest today.
Yes.
He is in our chats every fucking week. One of our OG supporter of the channel, but he's been not just for the channel. He's been an OG. We've been friends for a very, very, very long time.
I've been around. I've been hanging in the back.
Been around. I think I first met Turpin through Logic, but I met him on like the story we're telling right now through Call of Duty years ago, and Halo and games like that. But this was years ago. So just like I always mention here, our group, we've been 15 plus years gaming and knowing each other like that. So our group is really tight knit. We he was like, hey man, I heard you got keys to your show, and I don't know if I should go through the back door or sneak in through the window. How do I do this?
That doesn't
And I was
sound
like-
right when you say that.
Whoa.
Hey,
pause.
he let me in through the front door, so
And
you go.
yeah, and I let him through the front door. Logic went to the back door, but I said no, you come into the front door.
Yo, what the fuck? You were cordially invited to join us. Before we went live, I stuck the flower on your fucking lapel. Okay. And I
rolled the carpet out.
Yeah, and I told you how pretty you look today, and then I
You
said,
did.
all right, let's go have a podcast, and we played some multiverses and kicked some people's asses. So
you
you know,
guys were
Some
playing
matches. We
multiverse,
put in
that's
some. We put in some work earlier.
yeah, man.
Turpin, what's
Yes, sir.
good? And let the viewers know about you, like a little bit about yourself. I mean, don't
I'm
dox
your
yourself.
everyday average gamer, man. I love playing games. I love talking about games. I love the gaming community. That's what I'm all about.
Oh, see,
Word.
now we got to kick you off because this pod does console wars all day long.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you joined. Yeah,
I
I'm sorry.
gotta
I
pick
think
a
you
side.
joined the
huh?
wrong pod. Yeah. no, we play. No, so no, man. What's your favorite game? What are you playing? Let's do this. What are you playing? Like right
What
now?
am I playing recently?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been playing a lot of multiverses. Sneaking in some League of Legends games. I'm a poor man at Tarkov right now. Poor man at Tarkov. I've gotta get grinding in that again. and some DNF Fighters, which is another fighting game that came out recently. It's actually pretty clean.
That's PC.
I PC, it's on console too, I believe.
What is it? DNF Fighters?
DNF, yeah, DNF Duel.
Yeah, when it comes to the FGC fighting game community, this is going to be our resident FGC correspondent.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
It will be him because he's the conversation. I don't know if I actually had this conversation on the pod, but me and him when it comes to fighting games, I mean, even him and his brother too, Jeremy, probably listening. Shout out to Jeremy. But when we actually have, when a new game comes out, takes his brain like a day or two to fucking download what the hell's going on, and then after day 2 of the game being out, you just don't want to play the game with them anymore. At least that's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah, so when the Dragon Ball Z fighter first came out, Luke was actually living with me at the time, and we had a blast. It was a great.
Oh, it was sick! It was sick. It was literally just right next to each other on the setup, just 2 controllers, just fucking going at it. New characters. It was Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but it was I forget who made it. It's not Arc Systems. It's
it was Arc Systems.
Oh, Arc Systems. So it's like similar to other fighting games in the past that I played and that Turpin has played, but yeah, that first day was a lot of fun. Come day 2,
we played for like 6-7 hours that day.
Easy.
It was even nice, clean, even games.
Yes.
Woke up the next morning about 9-10 in the morning. Luke's looking at me. He's like, "You want to get some games?" I'm like, "Absolutely." About an hour later, he put the controller down. He said, "I'm not playing anymore."
Done. Done. Literally.
I do not play fighting games for that reason. Like it's one of those things where it's like, it's cool when it like what you guys talk about. It's cool when it first comes out because the learning curve is still there. I mean, depending on what kind of fighting game it is. If it's Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, same learning curve, kind of. But when you introduce like a fighting game that's like, let's say multiverses, I enjoyed that, but I'm pretty much positive that a few weeks from now, I probably wouldn't, because it's gonna get to the sweat fest and pros are gonna get their hands on it, and everybody's gonna want to be just streaming
it. Pros got their hands on it too. If you were watching Evo last night. Tell you, the Evo tournament that they had last night for Multiverses, oh man!
People ended up winning it, but they broke out they broke the meta. They broke the Bugs Velma meta.
Yeah, because that's almost every character that you were seeing. Every team basically had the Bugs Velma. That was like
kudos to them for putting beta together that even though it has its bugs, people are like
it's already at Evo.
It's at Evo.
It's main stage at Evo right now, which was nuts.
So people are like it's crazy how people, depending on what you put together. I guess we had a stage in the gaming industry where it's like, yeah, it has bugs, but are you having fun with it? Because there's plenty of games out there with
some
bugs
of the best games that have ever come out.
Even play it again. No, you're good. You're good. Hey.
I was gonna say some of the best games that have ever come out, in my opinion, are absolutely full of bugs. But we took advantage of those bugs to recreate the game and make it even more fun. Halo 2, super bounces, BXRs, BXB, Super Smash Brothers Melee, wave dashing, wave landing, all those other technical things that weren't supposed to be in the game.
They make it
a high level game,
and they become a feature. Yeah, they become a part of the game feature. And if a sequel happens, guess what's going to be in that sequel? The feature that was considered a bug on the first game.
Yep.
Yeah, people don't like that's the development magic. That's how you make something that's like supposed to be a bug become something popular with the community, and then have fun with it. I mean, because there's games that come out that's like buggy as hell and no chance with the community. Like, nope, skip, nope, not doing it.
Yeah.
But then there's games like we're talking about right now, like Multiverses. It has its bugs. Are they annoying? Sure. But are they fun? Even more sure. Like, people are having fun with it. Again, it's at Evo. It's part of a competition, a tournament. Nuts. So it's weird.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that more because we have some topics lined up as far as from the fighting game community, specifically with Multiverses and a little bit of Project L talk. So we're definitely going to get into that.
Definitely. All right, so let's run through the week. Logic, how was your week?
It was pretty straightforward. Had a quick little medical procedure on Friday, so kind of just recovering from that. So still got some gaming in though, which was cool. Definitely Multiverses with Turpin, almost like if not every day, every other day. But those games have been pretty fun. Got some League in last night, which was pretty fun. Little bit of MLB The Show, not as much as I was playing before, but I think I kind of hit a wall with the game a little bit.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, You
you've
know,
been playing it for quite a while, so I
I
mean,
was gonna
it's
say
that.
you've been grinding it for a minute.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
then so literally, and I think that's what it was, where it was just like, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then go in and
Yeah.
not sweat it as much as because when I was, like you guys mentioned, when I was playing it, I was fucking playing it, so it was a lot. So took a step back from that, like a handful of raids in Tarkov, but nothing too crazy to write home about. And then
But I mean, you're
that's
the
it.
only one in my circle that I know, or that I know that played MLB the show religiously. You didn't just say, "Oh, it's coming to Game Pass. I'm gonna play it. It's a win." You literally
Yeah, I was playing the fuck
played
out
it
of it.
religiously.
Yeah.
You're the only one I know in my circle that's keep like if anybody would say, "Hey, man, Logic ain't playing no MLB," I will call you a bullshit liar.
Yeah.
I,
And
I'll
I was
just
playing,
I'll call you out on that real quick.
and I'm playing it through XCloud too, which is a whole
And
other
Cloud,
experience, and through Cloud, which, like I said, it's not. And even the last couple of times I logged on, because I took a break from it a little bit, it feels like the Cloud almost, dare I say, it feels a little more responsive. So I'm not going to sit here and try to make certain assumptions that, oh wow, they've been working on Cloud and Cloud runs better. I don't know, maybe they have in the background, who knows? But the game felt pretty good. Like, I didn't have any issues,
oh,
I
it
didn't
definitely
disconnect, and it felt pretty good
it's
even
definitely
playing over the
improved.
Cloud.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
for a game.
improving as of late. But
But it also still
I
is one of
mean,
those games that you want to play like on a console, like, you know what I mean?
yeah, my
So
guy out here playing the MLB the show and doing the Cloud, the shit that people talk about in Cat 4, he actually doing it. That's pretty cool.
seriously. So yeah,
Oh.
so just that, and then that was pretty much it. And then just looking forward to the pod. Obviously, watching Call of Duty Champs. My team got eliminated. RIP to Optic, unfortunately. Right now, the Champs are going on right now, so I got that going in the background a little bit. And for the Modern Warfare fucking reveal, which we're going to talk about soon. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. All right, because that was mainly while I
What a
was
great
watching.
reveal.
What a fucking fantastic reveal for a fucking
Oh,
reveal. We're gonna get
he
to.
won.
We're
That was
getting
the
there
best.
next, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
So,
yeah.
anyways, but yeah, so that was the week in whole. So, I think I don't know if he really has Turpin about his week, but I guess we can because
Yeah,
you did
of
something.
course.
Yeah, you actually did something fun last week, which was
Yeah,
cool.
so
Which we
last weekend I was actually down in DC for 4 or 5 days at Otakon. It's a lot of fun down
which
there.
is why you weren't there for Halo. So shame on you, but it's okay.
I did. I missed Halo Night for
You were the
Otakon.
Halo
I
guy.
apologize.
If you were gonna have any excuse for missing the Halo community game night last week, was that right? That was that's
Yeah,
right
that was
there.
good. Yeah, I
was
literally
good.
just
That was
wasn't in
good.
front of the setup. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
good.
I can be revealed as like a final boss the next time we play Halo.
Seriously, because everybody looks at me like I'm the fucking villain. Like, I'm not the villain. Let him fucking play the game, or his brother play the game, and you'll find out quickly how I'm not the villain. How
Logic.
I'm nobody compared to him. Yes, I'm sorry. I know.
But are you on keyboard and mouse?
No, I'm on fucking controller, and so are they. And so are they on PCs. But don't worry about it. Go ahead, continue, B. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Please.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just got back to work, playing some multiverses with the boy. Life's been good. Life's been
Yeah.
great.
Nice.
Happy to be on the show.
I need you on the next video game night so we can balance out the room, the lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down.
And balance out the narratives and the bullshit.
So that we can have another, but keyboard and mouse, reasoning for bad play from the community. So, but yeah, nice. So that was your week.
Yes, sir. Pretty calm week, but the weekend was a lot of fun.
Interesting. How's DC these days?
DC, the area of DC I was in was actually really nice. We enjoyed walking around the city. We found 2 really nice food spots.
Okay.
There was a diner like kind of across the street from our hotel that had just amazing breakfast, and they had a sick grilled cheese sandwich that I got for dinner.
But not just like your regular grilled cheese sandwich. They did it big, right?
It was nice. It was like a brie, some combination.
Oh,
of brie.
yeah,
it was killer. It was killer.
Woo!
And then there was a burger joint by the convention, outside of the convention, but it was called Capital Burger. And from the outside, it looked like this small little maybe coffee shop esque spot. But when you walked in, it was a nice big hardwood opening spot. The vibe was killer, and the food was fantastic.
Nice. It's always good to travel outside Have you been to DC before?
I've been to DC, but not for I've stayed in the city for like a few hours, not to for
Oh,
a few
so you didn't
days.
have the chance to explore. Like it was just
Right.
just for whatever, like a pass through, pretty much.
Pretty much, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to, and I always encourage it for my kids. Like you are from Florida, but try to explore other parts of Florida. Florida's a huge state, but a lot of times people when they're born in certain cities and they don't leave that area. Like it's hard to understand what's going on outside your bubble. I would always, my kids, I'm like, you guys got to explore what's outside. Like my daughter just went to Tampa a couple of days ago to go watch the Weekend concert.
Yeah.
And like she came back, and it's like I already heard the stories through the phone with her pictures and videos, but then when she came home, it was like part 2, part 3, part 4 of her experience. And I'm sitting here going, she's talking, and I'm hearing nothing out of her mouth, but what I see is the content in her face. I see her emotions and like her body language. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen my daughter this happy. Not that she's not happy, but I haven't seen her this animated in a long time. Like she really enjoyed that, and I encouraged her. I'm like, you know what? What's the next concert you're going to? That was my next thing. After she finished showing me all her stuff, I'm like, what's your next concert? What's your next move? And she goes, you know what? I didn't think of that, pops. And I'm like, yeah. What's your next move?
What's the
Those are the
next
feelings.
experience? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next experience? Those are the encouragement that I always tell my kids. Do what I couldn't do. Like go out and do and explore and have fun, because those moments that make you feel that way, you got to create those things over and over
Absolutely.
again, so you can stay out of that mentality of, oh my god, I'm in a slump, whatever it is. And my daughter was just ecstatic, bro. Let me tell you, the Weekend can put on a motherfucking concert. Like I didn't even go to this shit, and the pictures and videos that she showed me, I'm like, I felt like I was there. I'm like, holy shit, that man can put on a concert. And mind you, there was a thunderstorm like an hour prior to the show starting, so it was almost canceled. And my daughter was so bummed out. And they it was a pass through storm. They dried up the stage. She said, "They coming on. They drying the stage, pops." I'm like, "All right, cool. What does that mean?" She goes, "I think they're gonna go on. They just came on and saying, oh, there's a message. Oh, they're coming on." And they're gonna perform, and then like the DJ came on because it was supposed to be Doja Cat opening the show, but she went through surgery, so he had a DJ. But pretty cool. It was cool. But man, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead. I'm an idiot. Go ahead. I'm way rambling and shit.
The cool thing about that is it was probably up to the Weekend whether he wanted to do the show after it rained or not, which means he was like, yeah, no, I'm down to do the show.
Totally, his probably his call. I'm sure he had PR people and everybody like management coming around saying, "Oh, you know what? This is dangerous.
You might
You
slip and
shouldn't do it.
fall.
You might slip and fall," and blah blah blah. He was probably like, "Fuck yeah, I'm doing this. Like I'm gonna
Exactly.
do this." Because he already had canceled before this. Like he literally canceled his like a show or a tour. I think it was a tour. This tour was supposed to happen, I think, last year, and my daughter had tickets for it last year. They canceled it, so she had to get a refund for it. And then like he rebooked it, and then they got this. So it was pretty cool. Um, yeah, man. So that I mean that was the highlight of my week. But I also watched like I don't know if you guys were able to watch yet the what's that Prey. I don't know if you guys
No,
watched
I
that
haven't
yet.
seen that. I haven't seen
I
that.
have not. No.
Oh, bro, like, I'll tell you this, and I don't want to sound like I'm parodying or like I'm echoing or being part of the echo chamber kind of stuff, but it is like one of the best, if not after the original. I think this is the second best Predator movie in that franchise.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It was well done, well scripted, well acted. And for a lot of people that don't know, it has Comanche. It has a Comanche dub to it, which is their native language, and you can watch it in that language. Like you can literally watch it in that language. And I didn't
Wow.
know this. I was watching it in regular, good old American English. And at the maybe hour and 30-minute mark, which is towards the ending, the third act, you want to call that. I saw there was an option for that, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I switched it, and I was like, oh shit! I don't know if you guys watch anime, but it was that moment. I was like, oh, this sounds even better on on the Comanche language. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I finished it, regular in English, but then I'm gonna go back and watch it. Literally, now that I've watched it, I'm gonna watch it again in that language. It's so good. The movie's good. The
I've
fight
been known
scenes
to
are
watch.
good.
I've been known to watch a few anime in my day.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a couple.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
a few, just a
Yeah.
few. Let's not be modest.
I
Just a few.
dabble. You know.
You dabble a little bit.
I
Yeah,
dabble.
yeah, yeah. The Jujutsu Kaisen Zero is coming out September. Anyways,
Film Red's coming out. Oh, it came out in
that's
Japan already.
in Japan already. Yeah. Um.
Are you a One Piece guy?
mm, I don't want to call myself a watcher of it, but I've watched episodes of it, and
I've
when I
been
mean episodes, I
reading
mean
One
like
Piece
a
since
few.
1999.
Yeah, it's been around for quite some time. It's been around for quite some time. I don't think that shit is ever gonna end. But anyways,
We're in Endgame now. Wano's ending. It's
well,
over,
yeah, it's
baby.
Endgame. Yeah, yeah.
We're in
Until
the
they say it's
Endgame.
not.
We
Until they
got
say it's
probably
not.
5
Yeah.
years. Probably 5 years left.
Yeah, yeah. Endgame. 5 more years. All right,
Yeah.
Endgame. Let's go.
It's gonna be a great 5 years.
Right, it's gonna be a great 5 years. What an end game. But no, I go watch it if you haven't watched it. Praise on Hulu. Actually, it's on Hulu. Really good fucking movie. And then I'm gonna watch. I haven't watched it yet, but it's queued up. Uncharted. It's on Netflix. It came out. I didn't even know it was gonna come out on Netflix. It's on Netflix
I
now.
have not seen that. And I wanna watch it. If it's on Netflix, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's there. My son ended up watching. He goes, "Wow, it's a pretty damn good movie." I'm like, yeah. I mean, like anything else, people are gonna criticize to criticize, but give it a shot. And I'm gonna watch it. I have it queued up to watch it, but I've been on my achievement grind. That's about it for the last few weeks. Actually, I've been last few months, I should say. I've been on my achievement grind, so I'm playing. And I tweeted this out, man. I've since taken myself out of the mentality of all I want to play is AAA titles, and I've been really on this in this current gen. I've been really dabbling into the indie scene and just games, just whatever. I If it looks good to me, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna buy it and play it. Especially if it's on Game Pass. I've been trying out different games. I'm almost done with Power Wash Sim, Turpin. Power Wash Sim. Have you heard of this great, fantastic game?
I've seen it on Game Pass. I haven't installed it yet, but
Oh,
I'm
such
a
a
fan of
fantastic game.
I'm a fan of those. Just let me shut my brain off and do
Yeah,
something.
that's
You
Yep.
what
know what I
exactly
mean?
it is. It's
Yep.
exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. Shut your brain off, put some music in your headphones, and get to work.
And
It,
that's
it's
it.
it's one of those games that like I for 1 million years wouldn't think I'd play. You can ask any one of these guys, hey, is Sensei playing Power Wash, and they'll laugh at your ass. No, he's not. That's not his type of game. No, I played it and I literally put. I think I'm at 5 days. I gotta look at it. I think I'm at 5 days, game days on that damn game.
It's like meditating.
It's so like literally relaxing. At the times I play really late. You know, Logic knows this. You know this. I play. I'm a late guy. I play late at night. And 100's in the chat. He knows I play late. So I'm a late gamer.
As all real
So
gamers
at
are.
that time of night, everybody's sleeping. Everybody's like doing. You know, they're in that world of the dream state, whatever. I'm fucking gaming. So I just turn this game on, put on some chill music,
Grab
and
a snack and wash some
grab a
houses.
snack, my pork rinds, and I'm munching away. I'm on the mic. Money yelling at me saying, "Shut the fuck up!" Uh, but yeah, man, it's Power Wash. Go give it a try. Game of the year.
Game of the year. Okay,
Game of
now
the
I
year.
have to.
Your can you be specific and say your game of the year right now?
Your game of the year.
No,
That's what
your
you.
game. No, your
Oh,
game of the.
oh,
My
my
game
game of
of
the
the
year.
year.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So my game of the year. It's still Elden Ring, but this is there. This is game of the year. But no,
Yeah, Elden Ring and Power Wash Simulator.
that's it. Elden Ring and Power Wash are my choices for game of the year. If
There
any
you
of those
go.
don't win, I will flip a
That's
switch.
it. Flipping
I'd
flipping
be so
tables.
surprised if Elden
Flipping
Ring doesn't
table.
win.
I will throw my
Jeez.
pod mic out to the window.
I think you and
Um,
the rest of the gaming community.
Yeah,
but
there's
that's
no
what I've
way
been
Elden
doing.
Ring doesn't win.
I've been I've just been doing that. I've been doing achievements and hunting for those points and met the community on Twitter that does
Nice.
that sort of stuff. And it's a refreshing thing to have met people on Twitter that is not constantly slinging shit at each other. They literally celebrating games, talking games. You know, what are you playing this week? Oh, that game I play. You want to try this game out? And
You
then
found that clean
evolving.
corner of Twitter. That's
I
that's
found a
impressive.
clean corner of Twitter. Hopefully, it doesn't get dirty. But not only that, but the Chivo community, like the content creators of that space, like the Maka and Cheetah guys and Achievement Land, and I don't want to miss nobody, but these dudes, Walsh Hunter, which is all his videos are so hilarious. But they come out and start interacting with that community and like, hey, I'm doing these guys. What do you guys want me to do next? You know, it's very important that content creators for me at least, it's very important that content creators like interact and engage with the community that they're servicing, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, that's what I've been doing, man. I've been achievement hunting. I found a spot in Twitter, and I think I'm gonna sit here for a while,
Word.
um, and just chill here, man. It's been
Refreshing.
amazing, very refreshing. When I get on my phone and look at the Twitter, I'm going, wow, not a console war tweet on my timeline. Hallelujah. Like I'm happy. Like I'm actually happy that I've actively got to that point of the community where people are literally celebrating games. They're not talking shit about it. They're not talking about frame rates. They're not bashing each other up because one my console is not the one you like and your console not the one I like and all that. None of that. It's just celebrate games. And these
That's
guys
what
are
it should
playing
be.
PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, they're playing everything, and it's like, what trophy did you get? What achievement did you get? Like, it's pretty cool, man. It exists, guys. It exists. Euphoria is out there. If I'm using I'm using the proper term. But yeah, that's my week, man. I was doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and who's in the chat? Anybody want to
Yeah,
shout
no,
them out?
shout out. I was gonna say shout out to let's shout them out real quick. There's a few people. It was Timber in here. What's up? We're having a little talk. Some information coming through, rumors, speculations about WB Games and Xbox, which of course, listen, I don't know if you could go a day without Xbox being tied with
Some type of
insert game
speculation.
studio.
Yeah.
Here at this point, but I think I've said it on the podcast before too. I'd be heavily surprised if they make any of the moves before securing the Activision deal. I feel like that's just priority number one, and everything else is fodder.
It needs to be. It needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be heard more, especially since it's a really big deal.
They're
It's a
over
huge
here trying to make their fucking case in Brazil and fucking New Zealand. Like,
right. 80% of Brazil playing Game Pass. By the way,
the amount of money that they're spending on lawyers right now to be like, yo, like we're not the big evil company you guys fucking think we are. But yeah, anyways. But
imagine saying that. Imagine saying, "Oh, Call of Duty's not the biggest franchise." It doesn't even like,
bro.
Like, it's not natural.
I don't. We're gonna get. We won't get into it. And we're gonna get to it. But yeah, so 100's in here. Yobi was in here. Shout out to Yobi,
Dauntless.
of course. Dauntless was in here as well too. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We got
shout out to the early listeners that come into the chats. But
shout out to the audio listeners as well too. Thank you, appreciate it that you can't make it to the live show. We don't,
And if you're working out during our podcasts,
that's a weird thing to work out to. I guess so. I guess you could do it, but I
work out the long form videos all the time.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I put on a game essay and I'm on the treadmill going at it for
that's
2
it.
miles.
Just motivated. Everybody around them thinking, "What the fuck? See, this is so motivated. I want to know what that playlist is like."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm finding out the minuscule lore of Destiny 2.
Yeah. He's listening to he's listening to a bike video that's 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
He started it in the car and then it got to the good part once he got on the treadmill.
I'm really pumped now.
And now he's pumped. Now he's real
hard the 9.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Well, shout out to the audio listeners out there. Sorry you got to hear this, but yeah, that's what we do. But if you're already here in the chat and you're watching us live, go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel and you're just lurking around, welcome. If you haven't heard us before and you're liking what you're hearing so far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like it even more, hit the notification bell so that way you guys can not miss one of our videos or podcasts. But without further ado, let's get into our topics. Logic.
I'm literally just this is how it's going. It's going like this, I'm clicking this, and then just fucking, and there it is. All right. Right. So, like I was stating earlier, COD Champs is happening right now. It looks like the LA Thieves, sorry for spoilers, are about to win because they're owning Atlanta FaZe right now. They're up 4 games. It's a 9-game set. You got to win. Yeah, you got to win. It's the first to 5 basically, and they're just fucking running away with it. So while we're having this conversation, there's a good chance they just lock it up and take it home now. But right after game 2, they gave us this little fucking tidbit, which man, like,
no, you gotta set it up. We gotta set it up.
Here's the setup. I'm telling Turpin earlier in the week. He's like, "Oh, just shoot me the topics when you have it." I said, "No problem." The screenshot that I posted on Twitter, sent that to him in the Discord. Said, "Yeah, no, Modern Warfare." He was like, "Oh, the articles." I said, "Don't worry about it. I normally bring it up on the show. We're good. Don't worry about it. We'll have the information to talk about. It should be good. But we're gonna get the Call of Duty information right before we go live. Sure as shit." 20 minutes before we go live, here's the Call of Duty information. I'm thinking we're going to get some multiplayer. It's the multiplayer reveal. And granted, they didn't tell us what they were going to show. All they said was, stay tuned at 3 p.m. We're going to show some shit off. And then they were like, oh, after game 2. So they made sure that you were paying attention and you stayed around to not miss it. And then next thing you know, it goes, they show the video that they enter after game 2 was what they showed already, was the campaign, like just cut a certain way, right? The campaign video that they released. And then they're behind the LED screens and it's Maven, it's Nameless, some of the casters from Call of Duty. and it's the community manager. I forget her name at the time, and I'm sorry in advance, but
Well, I called her the new Robert Bowling, which was
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Because community manager over Infinity, she was like, "Yeah, no, listen, we're super excited, and to show you what's next." And that was on the back, and then on the bit, what's next. So here we goes, and then here's the fucking event: Call of Duty next, and then underneath it, September 15th. What the fuck?
Oh God.
So
That's
at
one
the
ball going
biggest
blue.
at the biggest Call of Duty event of the year for a game that I guess no one really gives a shit about, but where you basically have the most eyes right now on YouTube, not including people that are like casting it and other people, like other streamers aside and other channels aside, right now there's 133,000 people on the YouTube channel watching COD Champs right now, right? So you have like probably the most eyes that you're gonna have throughout the season, basically watching this game, all to fucking show what I'm showing here on the screen. And I'm hoping everybody is seeing this. Okay, open beta dates, and basically to tell us September 15th is when the actual reveal is. Now I get it; it might have been a little too early, but in the
we
past,
thought August. I think
but
I
this is
thought,
what
I thought August.
right, and this is why I'm jaded though. August, we used to get multiplayer reveals during the fucking NBA finals. Like, what the fuck happened? Like now, I mean, I everybody wants their own event, like, but I get it for certain games. Destiny, they August 23rd, they're doing their own event. Like, there are certain games, and I guess Call of Duty, and I guess this is where we can get into that conversation of, people claiming that Call of Duty is just too big of a franchise. Well, it is fucking pretty big of a franchise, I guess, because they need to have their own event to show the future of Warzone and the future of, multiplayer.
Obviously, this is not your and now honing on this. You mentioned it used to be in the NBA Finals where they used to show these trailers off.
Yeah.
But we're now talking about, and we hear this term a lot, the most ambitious title out there. But when we're talking about this title here,
if I see that article one more time, I'm fucking muting. I'm muting the company that posts that article, because I've seen it over the last 2 fucking months. From go down the list, Kotaku, I can't stand them anywhere, and this is the biggest. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
I get it.
But the thing is, what I'm seeing here is that, like, creating its own event, and instead of it being in May or June, they are putting it down to September. It's because with all the modes that's been rumored to be on this game, and like the new mode, the what's it called, the new mode called, which is like Escape from Tarkov.
It's not it's not Danger Zone or something like that.
DMZ.
DMZ. Yeah,
which is a rumored. I don't know if that's going to be the name of it, but it's a rumored name for that new mode,
which they're probably going to want to show off, and
they're
whatever.
Going to want to show that off, and Warzone 2.0. So they have so much going right now with new stuff that they just can't show you nothing for this, which I hate, because like all you had to do is show us a splash, like give us 60 seconds of a hot reel, and just this is the multiplayer. Stay tuned September, blah blah blah. But like just like you, I went into this thing same way. I was like, we're gonna get some shit. I mean, I even did my title, Modern Warfare MP reveal. We're gonna get something out of this. And then when she came out and says, "What's next?" I was like, "Wait, what?" September 15th? Why?
Turpin couldn't control himself. He's laughing. Me and you were yelling at the screen, and he's just fucking laughing. Not at us, but just at the fact that they blue balled us, basically.
They blue balled us. They really blue balled us. Like we expected a sizzle reel, something a hot
really
reel.
Need like a mini event to announce an event is my thing.
Yeah, well, but at the COD Champ, like I said, the biggest event of the year. But this just, I guess, goes to show you how small or insignificant Vanguard is, though. Like, if you think about it. I mean, but also, too, it's not like even with the Vanguard reveal, they had their own event or whatever like that. But in some way, shape, or form, I feel like it was still tied around Cold War. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you tie, like, this is just now, once this is done, traditionally,
right? A lot earlier,
once COD Champs is over, nobody gives a fuck about Vanguard, because the only excitement that you had were if that's even if you follow the esports team. There are so many Call of Duty players that don't give two shits about the esports orgs, that they just want to play the game. Like, you know what I mean? And look, they're showing now too. They got something on the screen. Rams VIP game day experience for the season kickoff. This is for the Call of Duty League. And funny enough, they had the Rams playing the game early. So, that's another thing. Football players playing the game early and everything, which we understand why. And people were complaining about why people with certain followers.
Well, we had this conversation. We understand why.
There are people that just don't understand. Like, if you are an influencer, an athlete or whatever, of course you're more than likely going to get, to play a video game that's coming out, because they know that you're going to go back to your social media and tweet about it and and talk about it.
Don't normally get Call of Duty news or
And that's
Call of
what it
Duty
is. Exactly. And now
Mhm.
you're going to get people that are just sports fans and maybe won't be not a Call of Duty fan will check and be like, oh, wow, my favorite football player is playing the new Call of Duty. Maybe I get to check. Maybe I should check it out this year or whatever.
Well,
You know what
we
I mean?
said it. These football players are not our football players of the '90s and 2000s. These are football players who literally play video games throughout
Yes.
college and high school. These are
Hmm.
already they're gamers ingrained that when they get introduced these things, they're giddy, they're happy, they're like, holy shit, this is I'm playing this game, and it's the LA Rams. They won the Super Bowl. As much as I hate to admit that, and that's for you, Nick. Um, as much as I hate to admit that, they are the champions of the NFL from last year. They won the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
that's like a perk. It's like, hey, are we going to show you off the rings? We're gonna present to you when the season opens. And by the way, Call of Duty's here. Infinity Ward is here, wanting you to play a slice of what the new game is going to be like. Dude,
Yeah.
that's like a perk. That's something. Oh shit, really? And then that excitement, like you said, Twitter time, bro. I played it. Oh my god, you guys are in for a fucking treat. Like it's one of those type of things. It's and you mentioned influencer. I mean, if you think about it, everybody is an influencer. Anybody can be an influencer. You can influence anybody. So let's stop pretending like the influencer thing is not a thing. Anybody can be an influencer. Like it's just you don't have to have a million followers. Just have one follower and you're an influencer because they listen to what you're saying. That's an influencer. And
Right.
and they determine their day and they sometimes, calendar their day around what you're saying. So it is what it is. So I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to
Turpin,
show it
what do you think,
now.
man?
Yeah. Let's okay. And I want to preface this too before Trevor even starts.
Oh, this fucking man.
He's not the biggest Call of Duty guy himself, but I would like to see what your take is on this.
Yes,
I'm not.
yes.
I'm not the biggest Call of Duty guy because I am a Halo guy, and this map looks really, really nice. Look how clean this map looks.
Yeah.
Right. Look at the reflections on the floor.
This is what we did get. So as far as like what they did show, and I'm pulling this now from the official Call of Duty YouTube, they did show us this. So we didn't get any gameplay
By
of
the way,
people
this is the
on the
beta
map.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the. I think they said one of the beta maps. I don't know if it'll
It's
be
like
the only
usually
one.
3. Usually they give us 3, unless they're changing it up this time. Yeah.
So this is the beta map. I think it's called Grand Prix. Is it called? No, Marina Bay Grand Prix. That's what it is. So it looks dope. It doesn't really look like a lot of Call of Duty maps that I'm necessarily
this
used to.
doesn't doesn't look at any. If you showed me this and they didn't mention it was a Call of Duty map, I wouldn't tell you. I couldn't even tell.
Right.
I would think it's a racing game.
It's at
I
night
was just
too,
about
which
to
I
say
like.
it could have been a new F1 game.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's exactly. And the fact that it's at night, that's another thing. But I do want to get back to what Turpin was saying. So about this map, and then but you overall like I guess would you want to wait until the 15th or possibly maybe see if you want to try out like the open beta to maybe get like since Halo's not in the biggest thing where it's you like currently that's another thing you haven't really been playing Halo like that. Would you be open to like trying this out maybe when the beta came out to see if this is something you would maybe want to buy?
Oh, absolutely! I'm itching for a new FPS to play.
Right.
I'm itching for it, and not that I don't have. It's my eyes that keep me from playing Call of Duty on any type of top level. I can't see the characters as well as I can see a red or blue Spartan.
The
which is why I
models.
prefer Halo.
Yeah.
But I mean, Call of Duty's always been a nice, clean, fun gameplay wise. Maybe not so much community wise game to play.
Right.
I think we've all been in those games, right?
Let me ask you. Since you're not the biggest Call of Duty guy, what is it for you? Campaign or multiplayer or a little bit of both?
I always enjoyed the campaign more personally, but if you can get a group of like friends playing, like if you get like 4 people minimum in a COD lobby, you're gonna have a good time.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's pretty much my take. Like, I buy for multiplayer, but I do I'll take the break from multiplayer to play the single player. Now, I'm not the guy that'll dive into single player when I first get it. It'll be multiplayer first because I got to experience all of that. I got to know what the prestige system is, the guns, all that.
Oh, and I will bring up that too. I'm gonna since we did start this kind of topic with talking about prestige systems, I had to look it up and Google it because we were talking we didn't have Google in front of us. So I did that, and I found the window, and I'm gonna.
What's okay? Go ahead, share that.
What's the verdict?
Yeah. Verdict?
I'm gonna share it. Give me 1 second. Right, here it is. Share, and this is live, folks. This is live. We do this live. All right. So hopefully I can go back and zoom in on this. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All All right. So COD 4. Okay. Oh, but that's like there were Call of Duties before this, but this is the first one that a lot of people acknowledge as, oh my god, first-person shooter, online multiplayer, perk system, the whole thing, right? What kind of
Yep.
changed it all for
Yep.
people? Level 55 max, COD 4. Okay. So prestige mode, here's the prestige tokens for COD 4. World
I
at War,
remember all
that
of
was
them.
Treyarch
Classics.
one. 65. They 10 levels.
Oh, that's right. I
Okay.
forgot
10
they did
levels.
that.
So I was
Yeah.
so my brain fucking works evidently because I do remember
Yeah.
World at War being 65. So 10 prestiges. Modern Warfare 2. These fucking guys said 65. I gotta one up you now, and I'm pretty sure they went 70.
70.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
MW2
Jesus, I forgot about this stuff.
70,
Yeah.
and then Prestige 10. Black Ops 1 was 50. They lowered it, and then they gave you 15 prestiges.
5 extra prestiges.
They
So
gave you,
That's
then
what
they
it
gave
was.
you
That's what it
15
was.
prestiges.
Wait,
Yep.
which one was that one again?
The Wii was different.
Black
They only
Ops
got
2.
you. This was Black Ops 1.
Oh, Black Ops 1. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
one. Wow.
Yeah,
I thought
Black
it was
Ops
like
1.
3 or something. Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3, 80 before you could prestige. So like I mean, it was, I felt like people were just one upping each other, and then other people were like, less prestiges but higher ranks to get there and more XP.
Yeah,
like
hold my prestige. I got this.
Call of Duty
shit.
has one of the most confusing release titles to follow, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going from like Modern Warfare 3
Oh no, that's
back
another
in
thing,
Black
right?
Ops.
Because that's the thing. Black Ops 1 to Modern Warfare 3 to finish that story, and then you get Black Ops 2, and they jump all the way in the fucking future, and then you're playing as the son of one of the characters that you played as in Black Ops 1,
The original.
and then Ghost is like they just said fuck. They said fuck everything else that was going on. Let's just make some kind of futuristic. It's not. It's kind of futuristic, but it's not really futuristic. It's satellites raining down metal rods that cause earthquakes and shit, which is cool. I mean, and this also gets shitted on too by a lot of the people in the community because, like, me watching esports in this game, esports was a lot of fun to watch in Ghost. Like, people say to this day,
Ghost
SSD
is one
in
of
this
my
game,
Ghost is one of my favorite titles.
yeah,
One
it
of my
has some of
favorites.
the best modes.
And I realize I'm
just-
in the minority with that.
Yeah. And then you go all the way down, Advanced Warfare. I mean, 25 prestiges. What fucking game was? Oh no, this was Extinction.
That's Extinction.
That's what it was.
That's the first
Yeah,
time
this
they
wasn't
brought
even a game.
prestiges to like a separate
Look
mode.
at this. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Advanced
45.
Warfare. Advanced Warfare was Grandmaster Prestige. Like,
Mhm.
this is just when it's getting ridiculous. This is for the people that they just at this point they realize like they got you. Like you fucking
That was
played this
me.
game too
I
much.
was stuck on
And
that
then
shit. Yeah.
I mean we all did it at that point.
I mean, there was
Prestige.
even a channel or a guy, I forgot his name, that did these things where like they when the game dropped, they would literally
first the master.
first
They would
to
race.
master or whatever. Yeah.
The Optic channel used to do that. They used to get all the content
Mhm.
creators and just do a full-on 24, 36-hour stream for charity. And they used to race to get whoever gets max prestige. That was a whole thing. Infinite Warfare, jumping all and down. But it's crazy. To say the least, it's a lot. Huh?
They'd be fun to watch those
Oh
streams.
yeah, those streams were great. But then also you wanted to play it. Like you didn't even at that. That was always my whole thing. I was like, I could watch them play, or I could just
Don't
fucking
close it
play
out.
it.
Go back up to the Black Ops 1. I thought I saw something.
I got
popped
you.
out at me.
You said
Yeah,
Black Ops
something-
1?
Yeah, the very first one up top. It's something popped up and I forgot what it was.
Black
Yeah.
Ops 1.
Let me see. COD points. That's when it was fucking first introduced, I think.
No.
Was it Black Ops 1? Keep going up. Keep going to the Modern Warfare, I believe.
MW2.
Right. There was something I saw that popped out at me. I was like, wait a minute. That happened?
I don't know.
No, I think it was at the top. It was at the top of the article. Yeah, right here. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. That does not happen anymore. Remember that when you used to Prestige, you lost everything?
Yeah,
you
you
lost
need to go back
perks,
to
weapons,
Yeah.
and you have to regrind. It's
And
why
you
a
know
lot
how
of
many people?
didn't want
And you know how many
Prestige.
people bitch and nobody wanted the prestige. They used to just lock
Mhm.
them out because they were like, "Fuck the symbol. I don't want to lose the guns." So then, eventually, later on, if you go down to the
You
current
don't even
Call
have
of
to press a
Duties,
button no more. I think the
now
last
what
time
they do is they give you prestige tokens to unlock like calling cards and stuff.
Calling
You don't
cards, yeah.
like classic calling cards because you get to keep your weapons now.
But
Because
now
they're like,
Prestige happens like you don't even have to press a button no more. The last time that happened was World War II title.
Where
where
it
you
just
literally
happened
had Prestige
automatically?
soldiers.
yeah, you
now
just
it
prestige.
puts you in there.
But now, but you know what? Also, the
They
other
used to
confusing
ask
thing is,
you, right?
they used to ask if you
Used
want
to be
to
a
do
big
this.
thing.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yeah, like, are you sure you want to do this?
Sure
It
you
would,
want to
like,
do
double
this?
Because you would
confirm
lose
it.
your weapons and you lose your stuff. It'll explain
We-
that to you. Now it's
you-
like you keep everything, so there's no point.
We could have a whole conversation literally about prestige system for Call of Duty and then how other titles like Titanfall, for example, made you work for that shit.
Oh, I
Remember that? Remember
love
just playing?
Titanfall. Oh my
Remember
god,
jumping into Titanfall, and I don't want to go off on a
Titanfall
tangent
1
because
was
we're
a
kind of done
shit.
with this conversation. But real quick, but Titanfall 1, when you're like, okay, you got to level 50, I think it was, or 55, but then you had
You
to
don't
do
prestige.
certain, you don't prestige until you do
Yes,
certain challenges.
it's
You had
like
to do
10
X, Y, Z,
challenges or whatever. Yeah.
and then you
They're
could
like
put
master
in for the
challenges, pretty
prestige.
much. Yeah.
Pretty much, exactly.
Yeah,
Where
and
you had it.
it wasn't easy challenges like
No,
get 15 killed. No, it was like you gotta like when the guy's ejecting from his Titan, you gotta shoot him with a rocket in the
yep,
sky. He has to be on a, like going up, not down. Like it was just
like
those type of
challenging, like
challenges.
You
actual
earned it. You
challenging.
earned that
Yes,
You had to
prestige.
earn that prestige,
yes.
and I enjoyed that because a lot of people would like both like go for those challenges, and like legit when you saw them prestige and you saw their symbol, you knew that they worked for that prestige, and I thought that was the most beautifully made prestige system in an FPS title. I'm like, I wish they continued that, but they didn't. Like part two didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't continue that kind of prestige system. I don't understand
Hmm.
why they didn't do it, but it was, to me, it was a very popular thing. I loved it. I was like, I wish other games would implement something like this.
Yeah.
If another game did implement it, I think it would work really well, especially nowadays.
I think
Yeah,
people want
yeah,
that
it would.
challenge again.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody, because that's the assumption. Everybody's a casual gamer. Nobody wants to have a challenge in their game anymore. That's not necessarily true.
That's not
It
necessarily
doesn't
true.
like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah,
No,
I understand you want to make this more accessible to as many people as possible, but that doesn't mean that you need to take out the difficulty or things that actually
Right.
felt rewarding, like before in the past Call of Duty games, when you kind of felt like you did something, or like to our example, the Titanfall game, where you felt like I earned that. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
something everybody could fucking get. You had to work towards that.
yeah,
Battlefield, also early Battlefield games did a good job of doing that as well too.
I
Yes.
feel
Ribbons
like
and
Yes.
stuff like that.
I feel like
Yeah.
you got to hit that happy zone of where you're definitely respecting the player's time,
Hmm.
but then you're going to have that audience that really loves your game and they want something to work towards.
Yep,
Yeah.
that part.
I mean,
Yep.
acknowledgement in anything is key. Like if I get acknowledged for like that, like not like, I don't mean by the community. I mean just in the game itself. Like what we're talking about, the prestige system in Titanfall 1. That's an acknowledgement in itself to me, where I completed challenges and now I can go, guys, I got the second prestige, third prestige. Look, and then you already know, holy shit, how did you accomplish this challenge? Because I'm stuck. And now
Yeah.
we're having that engagement, that conversation
Now
about
you
how
get to
we do
help me.
things.
Now you get to sharpen me. How did you do that? I want
Yeah,
to do that. Yep. And
yeah,
naturally, and that happens. I want to
yeah,
get that symbol. How'd you get that? How'd
yep.
you bring that back? But some people just like, no, I just got to run around and shoot. That's not what it is anymore. I just want to run around and shoot things,
Which is
which is
basically
also true.
what it's
Which
become.
is
Yeah, it's
true
for
as
them to
well
shoot.
with the voice crack that I just had, which is very true as well. Sometimes I just want to run around and shoot things, and that's kind of like what Call of Duty has become to a certain
Mm-hmm.
extent. I
Oh
just
yeah,
hope
it's
that
just
it's
like,
yeah, the
numbing
mind
shooting.
numbing
Just
experience. Yeah,
just
and,
shoot, shoot.
I guess we'll leave it at this. I'm excited to see what it looks like. Fucking September 15th,
I
and
can't believe they blew
and
the
I guess
fuck
we
out of
have to
us.
look out. And I guess they're gonna tell us too some stuff in social. Maybe they'll leak some other stuff and get us hyped for it. But we'll see. September 15th, I guess that's when we're getting. So as we get closer to that day, I'm sure we'll do another breakdown. That's the 15th on a Thursday. It looks
That's on
like
Thursday.
so.
Okay.
That following weekend of the 18th of September that we're planning this out now, a couple of weeks away. We're like literally like a month and a half away. We'll probably be covering it.
Golly, man. And
Yeah,
then
man. But yeah,
like her up there talking about it just felt like weird. Like she was like, "What's next?" And like her
fuckers.
face was so blank. Like, am I really up here saying what's next? I could have emailed this shit.
Yes,
This could have
I
been
didn't
done
have
in
to. I
text.
didn't have to be here. Right, exactly. I
Right.
didn't have to be here for this. What the fuck?
I'll be honest. I thought that
her
whole thing
expression was like, yeah,
that whole thing was like a joke to me until they revealed the map. I thought the map was really
the
really
map was
nice
Yeah,
the
looking,
map
right. That
was
was the best
yeah.
part of that whole fucking
but
thing, and knowing when the beta was coming.
I
Yeah,
was laughing pretty hard.
But that was
dude.
because of the cringy, let me get more information out of you while you're here. Like, okay,
Exactly.
yeah. And she showed off the map, and I'm going, you could have led with that. Like, that's what you should have led with. Like that, and then the September 15th, not the what's next September 15th. Talk about whatever's coming up and why you chose September 15th, and then say here's a map. Like, okay,
Yeah.
it was just like her facial expression said it. I was like, I'm here. Wow, I put on a green blazer for this. This is what I'm
Yep.
here for. Like, okay, cool, no
All
worries.
right, so I think we're buttoning that up. So yeah, excited for September 15th, but fuck, that was some blue balls experience.
Wow.
And yeah, let's kind of move forward to our next topic.
Hey, everybody's favorite topic. Let's
I
talk
was gonna
about
say, let's talk about some Halo.
Let's talk about Halo.
What about Halo?
Yeah, August drop. we got some things to talk about when it comes to this.
Yeah.
I'm not the Halo guy here, so I'll let you guys talk about it, and I'll just chime in.
Well,
I'm definitely gonna reinstall the game and play it again.
which is surprising. I'm excited about that.
Sacrilegious! It's
No,
uninstalled?
it is uninstalled. Of course, you got to make space for every other game on its fucking hard drive.
I have so many games.
I have so many games, but only so many gigabytes to spare. I'm sorry.
So many gigabytes. So
I constantly play the game Tetris where like I'm not gonna play this game this week. Let's uninstall.
gotta make room for Tetris, though. You gotta make room for that. You gotta.
Tetris is a great game.
Yeah, of course.
But organizing your hard drives, Turpin, is probably like fucking organizing your stash on Tarkov at this point.
Yeah, it's very very similar.
Yeah, it's like fuck. I guess I gotta sell it. I gotta sell
How many
it.
gigs do I need? Oh.
Yeah.
It's
You
funny.
start getting little
In this game,
megabytes in your head.
and that's another thing too. I guess we should have told you about Call of Duty. Yeah, just be prepared for the 200 gigabyte file that you have to download for COD.
Yeah, the
and
separate
that's
hard
being
drive you have to
generous.
purchase.
That's being generous.
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna say,
being
right? You might as well buy the hard drive now while they're probably like cheap and on sale.
Just,
Like you know
just
what I
buy
mean?
it and name it Call of Duty. That's just
Yep,
name
just
it
get it
Call of
ready.
Duty. Let it be its own thing because that's exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna be anyways. Halo Infinite. Let's go.
So visors, cross core visors. This was big.
Explain this to me.
Okay,
Explain it.
so the cross core, the whole idea of like certain, like how you have like your core, like how there's certain Spartans like inside the UI that you can't edit or can only wear certain.
Right, you can't do nothing.
Okay,
It's just yeah.
I guess the whole deal with the visors is now they're going to work across all armor cores. Doesn't matter what armor core you have.
So you can customize whatever helmet you want with whatever visor you want.
Correct.
Like.
And on whatever core you want. So it could be like, on different ones too. Eagle Strikes Knight. Yeah, they're showing examples here. The Wisp visor on the Mark V, like you basically what you just said. Whatever helmet with a different visor, and you could swap them up and stuff. That's cool. Visors will now work on all.
These
cores.
are two new visors. The Night Wisp and what was the other one?
I don't know if they're new visors, but I think you could just swap them out. Like I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I did see it mention that like they don't all fit perfectly and they're little janky. Some visors.
So they might not all look because they're gonna put because that helmet wasn't designed with that visor.
Right.
But some of them are going to look good. Obviously, other ones might look out of place.
And I just think the fact that they're giving you the freedom to do that is nice. It probably should have been there to begin with.
That part, but there's a lot of things that should have been there to begin with that we're going to continue on.
No, that can be a whole week's worth of shows.
Literally, we could just have a separate podcast to talk about shit that should have been there, but they're trying
shit that should have been there. Halo Edition.
Halo Edition.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool though. That's a good free what do you call that? Quality of life update. I like that.
Yeah. Multiplayer. So this is additional ranked playlist. Oh my god.
I know you excited about this. Yeah.
Wow.
It needed that a little boost of life.
Just on the I'm going to read this real quick because I'm very excited for it, and I know I might sound sarcastic. I'm not. I'm legitimately excited for this. On the multiplayer experience front, this update will make it easier for us to implement more ranked playlists moving forward. Oh, you mean so I get to have you just ranked Slayer and ranked objective game mode, like like every other fucking Halo before?
Yeah,
had? Like every other like MCC
they've broken the formula.
Right, they're like, oh wait, you guys actually want this? Here. So,
well, you guys really wanted this. Okay, all right.
So kicking off with ranked doubles, which will set to land 2 weeks after the drop pod's release. Along with the CSR reset. So they're actually, I guess, reverting rank, which is, I guess that's cool too. That's fine. Like doing a reset on rank. Additionally,
do that with any big update, honestly.
Yep. Additionally, a social team doubles playlist. So if you don't want to do rank doubles, because there's probably going to be some sweaty people in there, we get there for funds. The for funds, team doubles playlist will be accompanying rank doubles on its launch day. Meaning Halo Infinite will be getting twice the 2v2 fun. That's cool. I mean, I honestly
so it's not just ranked; it's regular socials as well.
Yeah, it's regular social as well too. So if you don't, that's amazing. 2, it took the fact that 2v2 game modes are one of the most requested game modes, and we're getting it now. Yes, but fuck, it took this game's been out technically since November, October.
Oh no, not October. It's been out since beta version beta. We had a beta for it.
At the end of that's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah, it was like October.
We're coming on a year.
Yeah.
We're coming up on a year.
But we're getting there. You know what I mean? Presentation. This was another thing as well too. Kind of more quality of life stuff. Now, when you actually pause the game, you get your challenges. You can actually see what challenges you're working
I
for.
like that.
That's
Okay,
beautiful.
That's
should have
cool.
been
So
there.
it's like, oh wait, what do I got to do again? It like while you're in the match, and then
Well,
it'll tell you.
there's nothing more annoying than a game that like Call of Duty or Battlefield or even this game where it's like they have these challenges that you want to play that you have to work towards, and then you can't see them to the end of the match, and you only have but like 30 seconds to look at these damn challenges. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you play like me, Cold War, it's like I'm looking at my camos to see what chance I got left for my camos on my guns, and it's like the next match started. I'm like, fuck. Okay, can I see this? Like, what was it? Headshots? What was it like? Do I have to
Yeah.
slide?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. What gun do I have to use again? Do I need a
Yeah, which
commando?
one
Do I
was
need
it?
a pistol? Like what
Yeah.
was it? And then you end up being in the wrong game mode altogether.
Yeah.
All together, yep.
Queue
Like
for the
you
wrong
working
game mode.
towards nothing. Yeah.
Or sometimes you're just curious whether like the kill counted or something, or like did I get that headshot?
Well, if it
Did I
actually,
get
that's
that
another
to
thing. Just
progress?
tracking,
Yeah.
exactly. Just tracking
Mhm.
the progression of a challenge, because that's another thing. Just being able to. I
That's
mean,
cool.
simple things. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a
And
really
it's on
cool
the
quality
start.
of life.
It's on the start menu. It's not like you. It's not on your face. It's like you
Yeah,
have to literally press start to see it. I
you
like that.
you have
But
to
you
hit
don't have
start.
to go digging for it either.
No, it's right. It's
And
right
you
there.
don't have to go dig. Yep.
Yep, you hit the start button. Boom,
That's a
right there.
good quality of life right there. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's really cool stuff. Other things, please note the screen will not show exact numbers. So I think we just talked about it, remaining or total
So
for
not
your
tracking.
challenges
Okay.
just yet. Just yet. Since challenges currently update at the end of a match, we choose not
So
to
they have to.
display the numbers intentionally to
Because it
avoid
has to
any
report to the
confusion
server. Yeah.
around not seeing them update in real time. We're working to make it so challenges do tick during a match, but we wanted to get this helpful first step out to all of you since it was ready. There it is.
I think
That
that's
has
where
to be
most
with
of
how
my
it communicates with the server.
I think
Yeah.
that's where my
Yeah.
most of my issues with this game stems. Where it's like we're releasing something incomplete. Give us a chance. We're working on it. That's
I'm
always
so sick of
been. I
hearing
think
that
that's
though.
been my gripe when it comes to this game. It's like not just this game, any game. Like when they say, "Hey, we hear you. You're frustrated. You want more stuff. Oh, we released this that's still not done. We're working on it, but we want to give you something." I get that. I get the notion of that. I get where you're coming from, and I understand why you're doing that. But it's like, mm, like, you really. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but it's like you're releasing a quality of life that needs quality of life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a quality of life feature that needs updates so it can
Right.
actually be a quality of life. That's not what quality of life feature update should be. It should literally be it's completed and we are going to give this game quality of life by releasing it to the game. Not in this case. In this case, it's like it's not done yet. It's a quality of life, but it's not done yet, and we want to make sure that you enjoy it while it's in its beta stages.
Yeah, it's tough to satiate a crowd who are hungry for finished content with unfinished content.
With
You know?
unfinished content, yeah,
Mhm.
especially when you corner the game as a live service 10-year project. It's like I'm here for it all the way.
Is
Yeah.
the game not going to be fully released until 10 years from now? Is that the
That's my and that's
Well,
what
it becomes
weird.
a destiny. It becomes the destiny question. It's like, okay, we're seeing the culmination of Destiny now, like their 10-year vision. Like we're 2 years off of that, literally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to get to even where they were now, and the hurdles that they had to go through, being attached to Activision and fighting through all of those fucking mishaps and stuff like that, like seeing it come full circle. I'm hoping, and I think we're all hoping that it doesn't take that long for basically the train to get on the tracks and just start moving in that direction.
I'll be honest, I just need some maps.
That's what everybody wants.
As simple as that. And then
drop maps.
But the
Work
fact
on all
that,
of this
like,
stuff. I don't care about
everyone's
you.
shouting
Take your
maps
time with
from-
this stuff, but give us maps. Just
Yeah,
give
everyone's
us
shouting that from the top of the rooftops.
Yeah.
Like, give us old maps.
The
Give
game
us
is not
even
broken.
new maps.
It's not
Just give
bad.
us some
It's
maps.
not. Yeah, I mean, other than the desyncing that happens in the game, but it's not a bad. It's still play. We just spoke about it. Multiverse. It has its bugs, but people are having fun with it.
Right.
People are still having fun with Halo Infinite, but for God's sakes, give us maps. Like it's just drop maps on there. I can't wait for Forge. By the way, I just cannot wait for fucking Forge. Oh my god, like
Yeah, I
the
don't know how you
community's gonna.
can. I don't know how they thought their competitive scene was gonna survive on a 4 map rotation.
It's hard,
I'm
man. I
gonna-
mean, it's hard. Oh yeah, please.
I'm gonna show this little tidbit as well too. So kind of break it away from that conversation, but still dealing with Halo. I don't know if everyone see. Yeah, we're gonna play this real quick. Quick video from
so hard at
Ted
this.
Price, Insomniac Games, a discussion, and Joseph Satan, 343 Industries / Microsoft. So I like how they had a Why
Yeah,
did they have?
slash.
Why did I just noticed that? But why did they have to? Whoever
Well,
was like,
I don't
Microsoft, right?
understand why they
I don't
don't
know.
think
why did you
343
have like?
Industries can stand on its
Which,
own.
well, no,
I
but
don't
should they?
see
But should
Sony
they have
over
done?
there.
I was getting to that point. Insomniac Games / Sony. Like they
I don't
didn't
see
do
it.
that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
anyways,
understand.
it's okay. Like, we're
It's
we're
like
we're, we're
343
nitpicking,
Industries
right?
for them, for Microsoft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're nitpicking at this point. But let's play this real
Yeah.
quick. See if we get. Let me know if there's sound.
I mean, Halo's always been a relatively open
Okay.
game in terms of its geometry for a shooter. But for us, we weren't layering on a whole bunch of systems. We talked a lot about crafting, for example. And I think my probably infamous line to the team was something along the lines of like, Master Chief doesn't need to kill animals to make like leather shirts for himself. He's a massive armored super soldier that if he wants something, he goes and like kills it and grabs its gun and then like keeps on going. He doesn't need to like gather around a campfire and like cook food in order to like replenish his health. He has a recharging energy shield that takes care of that for him. Now, I say this with a lot of love for open world experiences and games with crafting in them. This is not me complaining about that at all. I was just trying to explain to the team in a somewhat humorous way, I hope, like, remember, we're Halo. Like we're a Halo open world game. And that means that it's really all about that moment to moment, most powerful actor in this rich physical simulation, being a scavenger on the battlefield, encounter setups, the fun of creating tactics, going in, changing your plans on the fly, like all those things that are a Halo game, plus equipment now and increased mobility with the grapple hook. Let's embrace those systems, those emergent first-person shooter gameplay systems. Mm-hmm. The other systems that sometimes come with open world games, that's just not for us. So let's not lose focus and spend too much time in that area.
You know what this tells me?
Lay it on me.
Mm-hmm. You know what this tells me?
Mm-hmm.
How much, when he was brought on to be the narrative director, and when he actually came in and saw the game for where it was at, how much he had to unfuck.
Can you imagine?
It's why it's in the state that it is now, because he came in and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And it's still, and mind you, and it's still not technically. I mean, there's still things that are coming. But if that's the conversation that he has to have with people, because whoever were the leaders before that, and whoever had narrative lead and things prior to him being there, were having discussions about should Master Chief be going around, Zeta Halo and crafting shit and like and picking materials up to craft something. Because it's an open world game, so of course he has to go and find things in the world to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like they automatically associated open world game with it's got to be like every other game instead of just no, it's Chief. So how do we make Chief in this type of realm? Collectibles is one thing that's always been a thing, even in older Halos that have been a little more linear and stuff. Like even going back to more recently, like in Halo 5 Guardians, finding the little hubs that gave you the nitpicks to the story and stuff like. That's cool, like finding those little audio files of the different Spartans to listen to the story.
The backstories, the lore, of
what
world.
happened before. Like when we were like, wait, where the fuck did everybody go? When they show us the cutscene of the story, and they're like, everybody died, and then you see Master Chief, you thought he died, and all of this stuff, and then you hear the story as you're like going around, the Halo, and you're like, oh wait, this is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened to that Spartan. This is what was happening with Lasky on Infinite, on the ship Infinite, and all of this stuff. Like, it's like that's cool, but the whole like, imagine people they were thinking developers were like, no, he's got to craft something. He's got to craft, like that's insane to me. That's just insane to think about.
You mentioned that. I'm like, were they really going that route where Master Chief had to craft things and it's Master Chief. His armor is everything.
Can you imagine Master Chief walking around with a hunger and thirst meter? Like popping his helmet off for a drink of water?
Just for the sake of being that, exactly. It's like, oh, he takes off his helmet because he needs.
And I'm thinking, I don't think it was. I think he was being really coy with that. I don't think he meant like leather, like killing for leather. I think what he meant was they were trying to make it where his armor suit had to get rebuilt again, and he was looking for parts for it, kind of stuff. That fits that Halo world, like I guess a little bit into that narrative, but still crafting in a Halo game. That it was gonna almost be that. I'm like, I don't need remotely that this would sound funny.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and the way he explains it is just that. But mind you, this is somebody, right?
Yeah.
Right. This is somebody from the original, the OG teams, the Bungie team, the OG, and this is why I say when we talk about ranking campaigns and things like that, like I think Infinite was cool. I think Infinite was cool in the right direction, narrative wise, campaign wise. Can't wait to see what they do and how they expand it going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But compared as far as like my favorites, I gave you the ranking real quick, and then we could kind of move on from this. But my ranking for me, it was Reach, it was 2, and it was 3. That's me. And then everybody,
I
and
think
then you know,
I told you for me it was 1, 2, and no, it was 1. No, it was Reach 2 and ODST
and
for me.
ODST. Yep.
Yeah.
For campaigns?
Yeah, for campaigns. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for campaigns. Yeah.
Oh,
What you remember? Yeah.
it's actually hard for me to rank those.
Yeah.
I really did like Reach.
Right.
I really did
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
The
Reach.
dark telling of that story, how it ends. Yes.
Just because I was so like this is cocky 18-year-old me thinking I'm the best Halo player in the world. I'm like, I'm gonna break this game. I'm gonna survive Reach at the end. Right? I'm gonna be the guy. And like when I finally fell for the first time, I literally cried. I was like,
Yeah.
shit,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah.
And for a game to
Yeah.
do that is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to spoil it for whoever didn't play Reach. If you haven't, go play it. The
You
story
should.
is phenomenal. You should
Yeah.
play it. It's Bungie's last game that they made
Yeah,
for
Bungie's last Halo before
universe. Yeah,
before Destiny, before they went over to
Before they moved
Destiny.
Destiny. Yeah,
And you could see what they did narratively. Like I said, just that game just hits a lot of like the right, like the pacing.
all the
just-
strings, all of
Yeah.
it.
It was
all
just
the
well done.
emotions, all the feels, everything was.
Yeah.
It's just the pacing, the writing, the acting in it. Just it was so a detachment from what we're used to when it comes to the Halo universe. Playing as Master Chief, it was just its own thing, but at the same time in that universe, like oh my god, it was good. It was really that's why it's for me storytelling wise, it's my number one. Then you got number two for all the right reasons, and then ODST because a lot of people don't give like they shit on ODST or they don't really give it a second look. I want to say, but ODST to me was it was not no regen suit. There was no there was like you had to get your health packs right off the wall. It wasn't something where you just caught off. You get shot, you go off to the corner, you get your health back. You have to get you don't super jump high, you don't run fast. It was a different telling of a story of that universe of what happened.
Yeah.
These drop guys, these drop troopers came in and did some things, and that tells a story in a whole different way. Again, not spoiling it, but that's my number 3 in that list. I love the ODSC.
Yeah.
I remember how upset people were when that actually came out because they thought it was going to be a whole new Halo multiplayer game.
Yeah, and then when people realized they weren't playing as a chief,
Yeah,
or a Spartan, when they realized you were just playing as an ODST
Flip
trooper.
tables.
Yeah, but
we
also
were working at GameStop at the time. There was a whole bunch of people coming in like, "What is this?
What is this game?" That shit was treated it so quick because it came on its own disc, but it was technically DLC. It was even though it was like its own campaign that was a couple hours long. It wasn't like like that, but it was pushed as DLC essentially for Halo 3.
It was a great game though. Great game.
It was a really good game. Absolutely. Yep.
Wasn't that 343's first attempt at Halo Universe?
I believe so.
I want to say.
Oh yeah,
I know they helped. I know they supported and helped everything else.
It wasn't. Well, I don't. It wasn't called 343 back then.
No, it was. It was something else.
Yeah,
and then they renamed
it was another. But yeah, I guess that was another thing too, where it wasn't. Even though Bungie was working on it, it was another team that technically did that separate. Separate from Bungie. Yeah. So.
Project, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I mean that's. I gotta look that up actually. That's interesting to think about. Yeah.
Halo 3 ODST. Yeah, because it was Halo 3 ODST. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Designers. It doesn't say.
I mean, they say. They say Bungie.
It's Bungie, yeah.
But directors Joseph Staten. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Bungie. Yeah.
Joey boy.
There you go. It was Bungie because I forgot it was Halo 3 ODST. I keep billing it as his own game, which to me it was. It was his own game.
It kind of got billed as its own game technically.
Yeah.
Even though
it attached a Halo 3 name to it, but yeah, it was. It was long enough for it to be its own campaign, own game. I think it was for me it was like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it was a couple hours long, and it had different difficulty levels and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. That's.
But yeah,
I mean, we got some news. We got some news. We're getting a drop. Whatever they call those things. Drop. What do they call that? Drop.
The drop pods, which is nice.
I mean, I like the name and I like that, but the quality of life things are needs improvement. But I like what they're adding to it. The whole transmodding thing is finally starting to happen, and the fact
I'm excited to try the twos though for sure.
Yeah, the fact that you're able to see your like your challenges that you have for that game or that for the week or whatever it is. That's cool. It'll only get better. So hopefully they can figure something out where they get into. Again, we're still waiting for them to get into that flow. That natural. That the community knows. Okay, it's this date we're gonna get this. It's this date we're gonna get that. Like that flow is what I can't wait.
Like
for.
an actual like a more straightforward roadmap.
Yeah.
When are we getting more single player content? When are we getting more maps?
Those are always nice to have.
Yeah.
Any type of roadmap from a
A
developer.
roadmap. I've always said that games like this, where it's like live service and it relies on content, should always have a roadmap. I had a big problem when they even delayed. They haven't even showed it off yet. Like they delayed the roadmap and that's it. There's nothing else after that. Like they haven't updated us about are we gonna get what's going on with the roadmap. Like they literally delayed a roadmap, which to me that's troubling. You delayed a roadmap. I mean, obviously you don't delay a roadmap. It's just they don't like everything they said.
They don't have a
was gonna be part of
direction.
that roadmap. They don't
Is
have
what
a
that
direction
tells
for
me,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Very scary. Very scary.
Yeah.
Hopefully more good news to come. More good stuff to come. More maps to come, maybe.
Timber, yeah. Timber's like I'm the only guy here that don't really play. No.
I told him don't feel bad.
You have such a key cache of really, really good maps that you've made in the past that I'm sure you have access to because you're part of Microsoft and Microsoft owns it.
Right.
A plethora. Pit, I can just go on and list.
Yeah, close your eyes and fucking point at something.
Exactly. You can throw a dart at a board.
Put a fucking blindfold on. Exactly. Blindfold. Names on a fucking board. Throw the dart.
Whatever map you land on, it's a winner. It's a winner.
Literally, you can't miss doing that tactic when it comes to these maps you've already had. Blood Ghost. Everybody wants it.
We have it, and then we have a version of it, but it's not like.
That's not the Gulch, though.
And that's not the Gulch, though. It's
they
always manage to do another version of it. It's like, but I want, can I just get the Gulch? Is that possible?
That's not the Gulch. Give me the Gulch.
And once we get more stuff on, listen, and it's another thing that Sensei brought to my attention too, and I've been seeing as well, a lot of people doing Forge stuff, like right now, whoever's got the abilities to check out their insider stuff, like where
I didn't get an email. All that shit in the chat.
I mean, because there's a lot of people that are messing with it. I'm seeing it constantly. Somebody remade the opening for Resident Evil 2 in fucking Forge. Like until somebody sends me the fucking code and I could go and mess with it, or until it's like that's cool. But I want and all of that's cool, but just simple shit, just like how I want to make custom games that the settings don't fucking fade away from me when I go and try to save the game. Like, I'm more concerned about that. And then a Forge, like, you know what? You don't want to give us the maps? Give us the fucking Forge, and we'll make the fucking maps.
And somebody did an upside down. Somebody did an upside down Forge map for Halo, upside down from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like that part of the world, I'm like with the whatever those things are, the vines and shit, and the door with the glowing door from Stranger Things. I'm like, holy shit, these people are just. But you're right. Give me the code, let me work on it, and I want to try it because I want to know what really is on Forge. What can I really play with? Because these are just like, oh, look what I did. Like, who are you?
I mean, ships shooting fusion coils. That's cool, but it's like fuck, just can I remake Lockout or Midship or just get like a cool map, please? Yeah. But that's Halo.
Co-op soon or publicly?
Maybe in September, maybe I guess, or October.
With the
I don't know. I don't even want to speculate. When it comes at this point.
When it comes. I haven't even did the beta thing, like the whole. Yeah, we spoke about it. I have no interest in playing the beta right now. For those who are complaining about it and want to fix the project, then go for it. Get on that and fix it instead of whining it on Twitter. But I want the full experience of it with the achievements and everything. So I don't want to play it now.
Yep.
And just to play it, But once it drops, we already have sessions that's gonna happen once the co-op drop because I can't wait. I want to do my lasso run finally and get that out the way.
Yeah, man.
That's Halo. Other Zinc. Hey, what's up, baby?
Yep.
He always seems to make it with the Halo topic.
Right?
right in the nick of time.
Right in the nick of time. Right at the Halo topic. He's there. He's like, radars went off. I'm there. Yeah. So good to have you, buddy.
So onwards to another interesting topic. This is pretty exciting stuff. That this is happening. We talked about this already too. We speculated about this, but I think now they're really starting to. They pushed the button in a couple of countries.
You know what I'm surprised about when they finally got announced in a couple of countries playing with this
Yeah,
feature. Nobody put a meme together with Vin Diesel saying for family.
well,
Nobody.
that could have been you.
That
Yeah,
could have
get
been
on
me.
that.
That could
I
have
gotta get on that. I
that's
could
a
like
that sounds like a
perfect.
short. That sounds like a YouTube short right
It's
there,
a
man.
YouTube short. It's the perfect
That's a
like
YouTube short.
family Game Pass for family. Like, hey, all right, fellas, you guys saw the news about Family Game Pass. It's been rumored for quite some time. I
Yeah,
think Tom and not Tom. What's his name? Jazz for me. Jazz was the first person that dropped that news as a rumor.
I got the Tom Warren from The Verge.
Right, Tom Warren. But Tom Warren's all over it now. But
Yep,
this has been rumored for a while, and it's
yep.
finally made official by Microsoft, saying they're testing it out in some countries. It's being previewed. I went into it a little bit. I read this article and I seen what's happening. The $24.99 price point for 4 people, up to four
Yeah.
people. The caveat here is everybody's got to be in the same country.
Yes, I don't think that's a badass.
I don't think
to be
that's
honest.
a horrible
That is
situation.
not a bad situation in the same country. I mean, think about it. Like the countries are not small. These are big.
You look what Netflix is about to do to people that share fucking Netflix,
Right.
passwords. So it's the fact that at least Microsoft's like, nah, like just think about how big the United States is. I mean, and technically,
Wait, you don't think Netflix and Microsoft, not that they have that partnership going on with whatever they're doing, you don't think they talking to each other about subscriptions?
But this is what I mean. But I don't think they want to piss off their player base, so they're like, how do we make this accessible?
Yeah,
well, at least like family plan wise,
the boys are going to get together and drop $6, and that's it. You just got
all it is, $6,
and that's what we're talking about, and that's really what we're talking about here. Because you talk about going from $15 a month because they still don't give you options to pay this. This is one of the only subscriptions too, when you think about it, that they don't let you buy yearly subscriptions. If you think about it, you cannot get a yearly subscription of Game Pass. Right, the most you can technically get is 3 months.
Oh, is it? Can you do 3 months? I didn't even see that option.
3 months.
You can do the yearly if you can find this, but if you find the actual, what do you call those things? Because they're still out there in the wild, but not much of them.
But not much of them left, basically. But there's a physical card.
The yearly cards.
Yeah, they rolled them back already. So whatever's left out there, if they haven't been picked up, that's what you're gonna find. But
those are like fucking pot of gold at this point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But $15 a month because I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. I mean, if somebody's
because they can introduce Family Game Pass, they don't want to have that whole confusion shit going on. So
right,
they limited it now so that when this comes out, let's go over here. It makes sense. Okay.
And that's the thing. Like you said, same country. Reportedly for us, when I guess we do get it when it's over here in the States, at least $24.99. They're showing over here Euro $21.99. That's, I think the translation's about that same. But
the currency exchange is the same.
$24.99 for 4 people. Like that's, and then the fact that you're kind of like your own person still, but it's just and then you have all the benefits of
you have Xbox, your own login. It's a beautiful thing.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Like that means you're the cloud streaming, you're all of the stuff that you're doing now on Game Pass Ultimate. All of that is just there, but now just times 4, and technically for $10 more. Like $10 more,
and like what Turpin said,
for 3 more people. Yeah, break it down. So
you get the boys together.
Yeah,
and that's it.
$6 per person. You got yourself. Everybody gets access to Game Pass and EA and cloud and everything that all the perks that comes with it, everything that comes with Ultimate is there, and whatever comes in the future with all the day one games coming to that service, with Activision closing out soon, hopefully, and then you have the Bethesda deal already there, and all those games coming out in the future, like all that, it's going to be on this pass,
all the perks and benefits.
And what I like, and we spoke about this off air, but what I like about this is that it's not going to mess with Game Share, which is separate. Game Share is a separate thing, meaning that me and Logic can still game share our console so that whatever he buys or I buy, we can share it together one time.
Yeah, separate from
that's separate from the Game Pass family or Family Game Pass, which is again another win. I like that. So that's what I was most afraid of when the rumors were coming out about Family Game Pass. I was afraid of that.
The Game Pass,
right? I thought they were going to revoke the share part, like the game share part. I thought they were going to revoke that just to make just to balance it out or whatever. Because $24.99 is a fucking steal.
A Game Pass in general is a steal.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Say that again, Turpin. I don't think people heard you. One more time.
I said, all right. So as someone who is, my Steam library is very vast. I have a lot of games. Game
Same.
Pass it's a steal regardless. I'd pay $20 a month for Game Pass. I really would.
You
I said that.
don't, but don't. Okay,
Just regular
so
Game Pass.
so
Yeah.
don't share this to the people at Microsoft, but for everybody else listening, he's very happy with Game Pass, is what he's trying to say as an avid PC user who has a very big Steam library.
Mm-hmm.
He still sees the value in $14.99, and he's willing to pay more. But we're gonna pretend like he didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, that
Edit
part
one out,
that will
Yeah.
be edited out. Post.
We're gonna post edit somewhere. We're gonna have to fucking bleep them because
Game Pass is an absolute steal. There's so many good games on this that I wouldn't have I would have skimmed by on Steam to buy maybe another game I was looking out for more throughout the year.
Did you play Tunic on Game Pass, or did you buy Tunic?
Exactly. No, I have it on Game Pass.
Tunic was Game Pass. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, can you name
about
a game
Hades?
you're playing off of
Hades.
Game Pass so that people don't think you're capping? And Tunic, he's playing Tunic.
I'm playing Tunic. I'm playing Young Souls, which is actually really good. I finished the first Wasteland, so I'm on Wasteland 2 now.
Oh, nice.
You played Back for Back for Blood.
Yep, Back for Blood. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which is sick.
Hey, there you go. Another one of my Game of the Year contenders. Yep.
Omari, which I skimmed over even on sale on Steam, where I was like, I'm not really in the mood for a single player game now.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it popped on Game Pass, I downloaded it and started it as soon as it came on.
See, but that's the Game Pass effect. Like literally, oh, it's there. I'll try it now. It's there.
Exactly.
I just download it or play it off the cloud. It's there. I'm playing. It's pretty cool. Damn.
Denver, it was like we were saying, man. Just gotta get a couple buddies together when they announce this. 2, 3 people. It'll make sense. One person, one more. Think about that. So for a second, and I was gonna ask you, Turpin, Jeremy, he doesn't have Game Pass, right? Or does he? So this would it. So if you think about it, like with certain games, depending, it could be even beneficial for just you two to do it, because even if you guys just split it down the middle, you're still saving like $3 essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you're saving $3 just
of
you two.
games on Game Pass that I would love to play with him, but he doesn't have Game Pass because he just doesn't want to listen to me.
Awesome.
Well, or pay the $15 because not everybody, certain games they might not want to play or whatever,
Denver,
But, yeah.
Just to I know it's called family plan, but it doesn't have to necessarily be your own family. It could be people you obviously
friends or
trust
family.
people.
You guys are family.
Yeah, friends or family, but you have to have that trust factor up there. Like that's certainly a thing. But I think when it comes to logging in, they have their separate logins.
Exactly.
Information. So you're safe on that part. Like if you plan on, and I spoke to Logic about this. You are able to as the admin, as the host of the because there's a main host to the whole subscription. So say you are the one that purchased the Game Pass for $24.99, the family plan.
You get to
whoever
edit
you
the
invite,
members.
you get to take out. Like you can edit that. That's interchangeable. It doesn't stay permanently.
You're not tied in with that person if you do it with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever like that.
Don't be back mouthing your boy.
No, look, I'm just saying. You got, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you guys want to, and you guys are paying individual, passes. This is like the phone bill situation. You guys want to combine plans, you could do that. But shit goes south, you could still split up after the fact. Like you're not tied into that as well too. You know what I mean? So
listen,
it's very
phone bill situation back in the day was not that way.
It was a very difficult.
We're together for at least 2 years, woman. That's
It. You got 2 years at least until you
at
can
least 2
leave
years
me.
before we can talk about something else. Yeah, but no.
There's another game coming on Game Pass that I'm really looking forward to. That Sensei, actually, I'm assuming you're looking forward to. Requiem, Plague Tale.
Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah!
So I played Innocence, and you're the only other person I know that played Innocence, and I really enjoyed it.
That game is so good. Like it was that you know how I just finished saying, oh, it's on Game Pass. I'll try it now. That with Tunic and everything, it was the same thing with Plague Tale. It was out on PlayStation at the time, and it was there on my store, and I kept staring. I'm like, what about that? But then when it popped on Xbox Game Pass, I'm like, oh, you know what? Now I'm gonna try it. I just gotta try it, and I ended up downloading it. I'm like, why did I not fucking play this?
You get to play it for the Game Pass subscription, but you would have bought it if you. Right?
I would have bought it.
Absolutely.
The game is absolutely. You want to talk about stories and how it tells in the emotions of the sibling thing and the family. I don't want to spoil it, but the family in that.
It looked absolutely beautiful.
Oh man, the combat is so simple, but it's so good. Simple combat, but it's really good. It's a simple game. It's not a long game either. It's like another 5-hour game, maybe 4.
Yeah,
You know,
but
you can
that's
complete it.
the power of Game Pass is like you're gonna play games, you're gonna reach an audience that you would have never reached before,
That
and
is
then
absolutely
that's gonna breach
correct.
them into a whole genre of games they would have never thought they enjoyed.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, I mean it is exactly that. Like I mentioned Family Game Pass to the wife, and now she's excited. She goes, "Oh, really? Can I play that like on my phone?" I'm like, "Well, they got cloud games. Yeah, you'll be able to
Absolutely.
do that. You don't have to have another win. You don't have to have a full console if you're on the Family Game Pass. That's another thing people are not talking about when it comes to Family Game Pass. You don't. I can bring somebody in that doesn't have an Xbox in their house, but if they have access to the internet and they have access to a good tablet or a good if they got the money they want to spend and splurge on a new Samsung, the new sets that are coming out that actually has Game Pass on it. You don't have to have a console. They can play it that way as well. So there's another win. A lot of people are not talking about that end of the spectrum. You don't have to have a console for it because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the conversation. Well, do I have to have a console to have Family Game Pass? Not just $6. I gotta have the console too, right? No, just get a controller. Let's
Yep.
play.
So many ways to win with Game Pass. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and the Play Store, I am looking forward to it. Very looking forward to it. I think it's I tweeted this out. It's October 18th, I believe.
That might
Is when
not be
comes
another
out.
game of the year for you in contention.
That might be another one. Yeah, alongside their Turtles
I think
and
there's a lot of time left in the year, so you know what I mean.
yeah, on the Jeff Keighley show.
Oh my god!
On
Oh, you mean the video game awards?
Yeah,
the
video
video
game award.
the video game ad
Yeah,
awards? You know?
Keeley and Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Pretty
God.
funny that whole show is ads anyways. Trailers are ads, but you
True.
add more ads to it. That's
World
the
premiere.
concept. World premiere.
premiere.
The first ad of the world
Yeah, if you
premiere.
took a shot every time it said world premiere,
You couldn't move. You couldn't operate.
you'd be done.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing is they show it a 10-second ad of the trailer they're about to show.
Yeah, that's
What?
great.
What is this?
Or no, it's like movie
Inception.
trailers now. When you get the scissor reel, you get the 10-second cut of the trailer that
And
they're
then-
about to show you,
yeah.
and then the trailer
Yeah.
starts now. It's like
That's
you
the
would
weirdest shit.
just
It's like,
show me the fucking trailer.
yeah,
Don't hype.
what's this?
You're hyping me.
You
I'm
gotta
already
hype
hyped.
the
Pre-hype.
trailer.
The pre-hype.
What,
It's the pre-hype.
you have to pre-hype me for the trailer that I was
Yeah.
already probably hyped about. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a studio.
That's
That's
how
a
they do
studio
it.
that definitely Microsoft should buy Asobo. They should definitely buy them with Flight Sim and freaking
Mm.
Plague Tale. They should definitely buy that damn.
No,
studio.
I mean, I feel like it might just be like an understanding like how it was with Bungie back in the day, where it's just like you're basically making, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
games for us, and then we just had that understanding. We don't need to gobble you up
Mhm.
just to make it official. Like it's what it is, and then
Yobi,
eventually
that's
somewhere down the line.
That's what I mean, Yobi. It's like everybody's complaining about those shows being ad shows, but technically we are watching trailers. Those are ads anyway. So what
Anyway.
are we really complaining about? If you're watching trailers that you're enjoying, those are ads. I don't know why people don't they don't connect those dots. I don't get it.
It's advertisement for the game.
Advertisement. You know?
Speaking of advertisement or information or anything like that, because I think we kind of wrapped up this last topic here. Pretty sure we're done
Family
with the
Game Pass. I'm sure
we're happy
everybody's
about it.
happy
Hopefully it comes sooner than later, and
It's a
hopefully
win. It's a win.
yeah, it's definitely
I
a
mean,
win.
it's already being tested on 2 different countries.
Yeah.
And they're big markets. They're not small
So
markets.
probably sometime this holiday season, hopefully they could like officially announce this.
Oh, bro, Family
and
Game
send it
Pass
our way.
now with day 1 Call of Duty. Stop
Jeez.
it! Stop it!
Oh, hit me up.
Stop it.
But moving right along to another topic, we got more information about a fighting game coming out. One that I'm very much so interested in.
Yeah.
Project L.
Are we playing this? Are we playing this day one?
We're playing this. We're definitely playing this. The fact that now it's free to play, official, which I mean,
STP.
no, Riot's track record with their games, basically every game that they came out with, besides the one that came out on console. And what was the one that they just did that my brother played, and you got the one with MF and
hang on, I got it on my Steam.
help me. Yeah, I was gonna say, please help me.
Project L. The L don't stand for logic.
The L does not stand for Logic. Maybe we'll get an official title soon too. We didn't get
Yeah,
that
'cause
yet.
that's not. I don't think that's the official title,
Rune
right?
King,
That's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so
The Project L is not the official.
$20, I believe, which is entirely worth it. This game I'm still not done with, and I've got like 35 hours in it.
Right. So that's another thing too. Like anything, the track record with Riot, they've been pretty solid as a company, notwithstanding other bullshit that they may have had outside of just making games. When it comes to making games, they do pretty well. and even anime, evidently now. They do pretty well as well. Okay, well,
I wouldn't call
listen,
it an
you
anime.
didn't
I wouldn't call it
finish.
an anime. That's
Okay,
all.
it's not real. It's animation,
Yeah,
though, right?
There you go.
It's
There you go.
animation,
It's
right?
animation.
there you go.
Okay, it's
I would.
animation.
Turpin's
All
like,
right,
whoa,
all
whoa,
right.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hang on. Let's
Listen.
let's.
Let's not shit on the French.
There's
Okay,
lines
come on,
we have to.
come on, guys.
There's lines
Listen,
we can't cross. Okay.
It was a French studio that did it, so I guess that okay, that's fine. If it didn't come out of Japan, I guess we can't call it anime. I get it.
It's frenemy. It's frenemy.
Okay, fine. It's honestly at this point, it's what's the word I'm looking for?
It's good. It's a good show.
Yes, I think it was a good show. A lot of words. Anyways, Project L. I got the little 2-minute peek thing. I'm gonna play this real quick. I got the volume on. Let me know if this works. But let's play it through.
Hey folks, Tom here, back with a quick update on Project L, Riot's upcoming 2D fighter. Last November, we dropped an update showing off some core game concepts and our rebooted art style. Honestly, showing off the game this early was a little scary, and we're grateful that so many of you are so excited about Project L.
God, that was so sick.
Your reactions and excitement gave us the reassurance that we're headed in the right direction.
Yes! Yes!
In this update, I'll talk about what's been happening in the team over the past few months and what's coming next. Last time, I shared that we've honed in on our gameplay as an assist-based fighter with 2 champs per team. We're finishing up our work on core mechanics now, and a lot of the team has moved on to building champions or building around game features like competitive play and our social systems. One of our goals is to remove as many barriers as possible from you enjoying Project L. We want you to be able to play no matter where you live, what your skill level is, or how much money you have to spend on a game. To that, I'm happy to confirm that Project L will be free to play. If you've played a Riot game before, this probably won't come as a surprise. Our team is made up of fighting game veterans and folks who are passionate about serving the FGC. And we operate with one approach. If we wouldn't like it, we won't do it. When it comes to monetization, we promise to be respectful of both your time and your wallet. Also, the team has put together a blog post to give you a sneak peek on development of a new fighter in Project L, Illaoi the Kraken Priestess. The spiritual leader of her people, Illaoi is a physical powerhouse who tests the strength of souls for her tentacled god. Check out the post for more details on how we're approaching character development and how Illaoi will look and play in Project L. That's all from me for now, but I'll be back later this year with one more update. Before I sign off, this weekend is EVO. To everyone heading out to the event, stay safe, good luck in the tournaments, and try not to drown in pools.
Try what?
Drown in pools.
That's,
in pools. It's an
wow,
FGC thing.
Okay.
So a few little quick tidbits. I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we talked about Project L, but now that I have Turpin on here, I feel like we should kind of go over some of this stuff too. That guy that we were just hearing, he's basically the studio head of this game, or game director. He's actually one of the creators of EVO, the major fighting game. Yeah, he actually started EVO with his twin brother. He's got a twin brother, and they're the creators of EVO. So like these guys are like fighting game community like historians, essentially. People look up to these guys like they're like the shit, and they've worked on previous. Their history as far as the fighting games, I'm not too familiar with. I don't know if you are, Turpin.
Definitely like Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
And Third Strike.
Right.
I don't know too much outside of that though.
Yeah, so Third Strike, but some of the games that people are just like, oh my god, like fighting game community, like people are just like, oh my god, these guys are like fucking insane. So when they first came out that they were the ones that were working on this game, that was already like, holy shit, like Riot's not messing around, basically.
Right.
That was already like, they were just like, oh no, Riot's like dead serious about doing this and doing this right. The fact that it was announced that it was free to play is another thing, accessible to everybody. I still don't think that they didn't announce whether it's going to be like, I mean, because from what we understand, most of their games have come out on PC. I have a funny feeling, or I guess it's easy to say this now. This is going to be, PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
Yeah.
With crossplay and all that. Yeah.
With crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the bells and whistles with the netcode things that they're talking about as well too, like rollback netcode. Just the characters. Mind you now, League of Legends, which is the game that they're basically pulling from with these characters. Not to say that this will eventually happen, but There's pretty much 160
160 characters
Yeah.
that they can pull from. Not
That
to
they can pull
mention,
from.
and those are characters just implemented in the game, not characters mentioned in lore,
right.
right? Because they
That-
can always just
Yeah.
pull characters just from the lore of
Yeah.
the world.
Mm-hmm.
But just the characters that they're showing you, Echo, Jinx, Darius, or the few, and then
Well,
Ari.
I think
Those
with
are
the whole
four.
Project L thing, I think it's almost naturally to think that it's gonna have a title like something along the lines of League of Legends, right?
Yeah, I mean I guess to a certain extent, like some sort of tie-in, like to
Right,
like Battle of
right,
a,
right.
you know, like I forget, like the world that they're in is what's the word? I'm not big on my lore off the top of my head. Help me out here.
Runeterra?
Thank you, Runeterra. Like that's like the world that they're in. I don't know if they could maybe make a play off of that. You know, the champions of Runeterra. I don't know. Like the fight for Runeterra.
Is that the name?
That-
I think that's the name of the league world.
Yeah, but there's different continents and countries that they also have as well too within Runeterra and different locations, you know, as well too. That all of these different characters come from, and then also what they've shown too, the different fighting styles as well too. You're gonna have Jinx, who's she's gonna be like a melee person up front, but then she's also gonna have projectiles because her kit, like in League, like you could already have an idea of how the characters play in League, and like you see how they're playing here. It's like, oh, that's like, even though you're looking from the top down on League of Legends, you're like, oh, I could see that. That makes sense. It's like I could understand how you design that character that way. Like they have so much to pull from as far as from lore and things like that to kind of put into this game. Like, I mean, the more and more stuff I see from this, the more and more I get excited for it. It just sucks that we're probably not going to see any more of it until, like, I mean, they said one more at the end of the year, so who knows? That could be Video Game Awards or whatever. Yeah, we're in August, so if they're saying at the end of the year, like it's probably close to like Video Game Awards, maybe we'll get like a name drop or something like that. But
they could date drop at the end of the year. It's been in development for like what, 4 years now, 5 maybe.
This one, yeah,
he's been talking about it to me at least since like last year, so it's been around. I mean, it was before that too.
Yeah, I mean,
it was announced, and then
but
they went cold for like a year and a half to 2 years before they
Uh-huh.
said anything.
exactly, and that's pretty much now now he's pretty much confirming that they have like the systems pretty much down in place. So now they're starting to actually build out characters. It's not so much just like, okay, how is this game going to work? It's kind of like, okay, we kind of have how the game's going to work. Now we could start adding characters to the game. Yeah, it's going to roster together, which that's always a big thing as well. If they're already moving to that point now, that's really good sign. And from the looks of it, from what they're showing us, it looks fucking great. Like, I'm sorry.
It looks very clean. I'm curious how big the roster is going to be to start with. It's obviously going to expand. They have an infinite amount of expansion with DLC characters to go.
Right.
Well, you guys say that. I mean, they have a whole thing to tap into. Like,
so based on what we know already as the game, it's going to be a 2v2, basically tag battle like game essentially. So from what we know from that, if it's 2v2, we're thinking even number of fighters.
Right.
So anything less than, for me personally, 16.
I was thinking 16 to 20. 16 being on the lower end, 20 being on the higher end.
If 20 being on the higher end, but I think 16 would be like a nice number to start with.
But then,
and then as far as pairing,
myself just thinking of the League of Legends roster, like how do you just pull 16 champions? Just 16 out of those, you know what I mean?
Well, they got 4. You got Ari, Echo, Darius, and Jinx.
Imagine they pull like a launch where it's like what
and Alawi technically.
And Alawi.
Wait, what did you say, Kills? I'm sorry.
I said, imagine they pull something where it's like when they launch it, it'd be like only 6 to 8 characters. Like
that would be fucking insane. That would be such a mind fuck.
And then literally, there's just DLC for the next 4 weeks. $20 DLC is dropping.
Oh no! Well, they already said that they're only doing cosmetic DLC. That at least all the champions are going to be technically accessible for free.
Did they say that? Okay.
Yes, they already did. But here's the thing, though: they're going to, and the thing about this, it's the same way that League works now.
Hey, Riot's really good at their cosmetics.
Yes. You could buy packs right now that include champions in League of Legends right now. Like, because if you start League of Legends, they only give you what, 4 champions, six champions basically.
The weekly free rotation used to be 8, but they doubled it up, I believe, since there's so many champions now.
And then they also give you, to start with like ones that are unlocked already. They give you like a base set of champions.
Do they?
They're going to do that here, and then as they probably add champions, you're probably going to be able to unlock and buy them or earn them by just playing the game.
Right, kind of like a multiverses thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's exactly like multiverse in that aspect. Like where if you just play the game, you unlock whatever currency they're going to have, and you could just unlock the champion, or you could just insert X amount of dollars and then just buy the roster essentially. So it's no different. But I think it'll be done tastefully where it's probably like worth it.
So
yeah,
I hope they have a. I'm a big fan of story modes in fighting games. Surprisingly, I love going through each character's story modes and seeing where they interject and intersect. And since League of Legends has such a kind of rich lore to build from,
yeah.
I'm excited to see if they do anything with that.
I think when it comes to that, I gotta agree. I'm inclined to agree with that because like a game like Mortal Kombat that I haven't played in years, when they started introducing story to it in campaign, I was more interested in it. Going, ooh,
wasn't that MK9 Kills that did
I
that?
think it was MK9 at that. Yeah, I'm like, this is interesting.
And like legit cutscenes that were just
Right.
talking to you about like the
history of the character, what's going on in their life,
right? How they get to where they're at, what you're playing in the actual when you're fighting and everything in these arenas. How did you get there? Like
Right.
the stories, like literally lend to that. They fleshed it
like
out.
this set piece here. What they're showing, I just paused it at that bridge. This is
That's where
from
they fight
Arcane.
yeah.
This is where they've are Echo, who's shown on the left, and Jinx, who was one of the characters as well. That's they were in Arcane. They fight on that very bridge that's right above the map. So they literally pulled. They made this map designed from the show, which is pretty awesome. So like I'm sure there'll be quips, and that's always been my thing. Like even still to this day, for as long as I've been playing League, and not as long as how Turpin's been playing League. I've only 4 years in. He's about 10 years in since beta essentially, or right after beta. So I'm still listening to quips from different champions. When you select champion and you have another champion that's next to you, or you're going against another champion, the little one-liners that they have back and forth against each other. It's so crazy sometimes when you think about, just like the overarching game and stuff, but then the little interactions that they have within each other. Like, I love that shit. And then I think
you wouldn't think of League of Legends as a game with a lot of voice lines in it, but there's some characters in League that literally have over 2 hours of voice lines.
Jesus.
Just from interactions with, they have 9 different interactions with per character.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, and then you know what? I'm not even tying that in as well too. I'm sorry, Denver made a great point, and and this is actually a great thing to interject into this as well, since we just had the game. Damn, we're fucking good. Holy shit. Game Pass, fucking Riot. They just announced a partnership with them.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
How much you want to make a bet? More than likely, because they already announced it for Valo, and they already announced it for League. When it actually comes to fruition,
100%, it's popping right on Game Pass.
The second this is available, that it's free to play. The champions, as long as you have Game Pass, you will have all your characters.
And that's Game
all
Pass.
All the characters will be available because the PC does not matter. You're gonna have it. That's fucking wild. Thank you, Denver.
We spoke about this a while ago when you told me how much you grinded just to get all the characters now, years later.
Yeah. I now only
someone
just
like
now.
me who don't play the game, who's probably turned off by the fact that I got to grind to get those characters or pay for them. Now I can go, I got Game Pass.
I got the roster. It's me.
I got the roster. Yeah.
I got the roster.
Try this guy. I can try that guy. I don't need to play for 2 weeks to try a different character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I missed that whole part of that, but yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Nice catch.
And that's gonna be freaking amazing.
Thank you, Timber, for that.
I completely forgot Riot Games did the combo with
with Microsoft. Seriously,
partnership.
Because nobody was thinking that was as far as the showcase is concerned. I mean, I think we talked about it when we went over like the showcase highlights and stuff on our podcast. Mm-hmm. But that was the big one for me. That was like because of how big Riot is and League was like that partnership, and then to tie in, and then obviously when you realize like, wait, Project L is them too. You're gonna get that, and more than likely too, Ruined King that's out now. That will be a Game Pass game.
Oh. And it's a great game. If neither of you have tried it out, 100% recommend it.
That will be a Game Pass game. So like it's so fucking. Oh my god, yeah.
Your brother would actually enjoy it. I think
he has it. No, he bought the game.
There you go.
Yeah, and then we've had discussions about the game and characters because I talk to him about League all the time and lore and stuff. I've sent him because we also watched Arcane together. So like I showed him like Arcane, we started watching Arcane, and then I was explaining to him different characters because obviously not all the characters from League are in Arcane. It's only like they full out and stuff. But explaining the different worlds and different things like that. We were having those discussions, and he definitely got interested. And that was one thing that excited me about Arcane is that it got other people excited about like League and things. Like, you know how many people wanted to jump on League after
like
Arcane
where are
came
these
out?
characters from, right?
Uh-huh.
How
I think this,
popular Jinx got as a character and Echo got as a
Yeah.
character.
and I think it's doing the same thing for a game like this. Like, people see characters like Echo or Jinx and things like that from Arcane, and they're like, wow. And you don't have to be a fighting game, community fan to be like, this is cool, I want to try that out. And they've already said that they're going to make it as accessible as they can for people, newcomers, and people that aren't the biggest fighting game, people. So, like, I feel like the burden of entry won't be too high.
No, but you
But
can
obviously,
clearly
if you want
see
to get
there's an in-depth system involved for that, for those fighting game players as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. And I think
Mhm.
that's what's going to be the draw. Like, it kills. Like, I mean, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, as far as like fighting games, you said MK and things. Like, I'm sure like old school, like you played Street
Mhm.
Fighter and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
that's not really like that hasn't really been like your go-to, right? Like, that's never really
When it comes to, I mean, fighting games in general has not been my go-to. But
right.
if I do dive into like fighting games, it'll most likely be Mortal Kombat.
Okay, but you see something like this, like when you look at something like this, and the fact that it is free to play, does this like kind of pique your interest a little bit, or is it
I would
just
at least give it a try because it's gonna be
right?
it's the whole champions being unlocked. Well, I don't know about this game. That's not gonna be this game, but I really, for me, I really like the art style in it and the tie-in with the show because I did end up watching the show. So the tie-in with the show with the bridge and all that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah,
I dig that kind of stuff, that whole lore. Like if you like, I wouldn't know that bridge if I didn't watch the show. In fact,
right.
I watched the show, and when you mentioned this, when I was like, "Wait, oh, right, that's part of the show," and now I'm more intrigued
Mm-hmm.
into it. So at that point, yeah, like Project L will be given a shot. It will be, especially not as free to play
Yeah.
or whatever it turns out to be. It won't be Project L, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
But yeah,
surprised if they just leave it as Project L's, and it's not a bad title.
At this
I don't
point, the
think so.
name is starting to get baked into people's heads that are interested in this game. It's like for me, it's baked in. It's starting to bake in. Like I know
Yeah.
this is Project L. I know what you say Project L. My brain is going there. It's like, oh, okay, I
Right.
know
You already make the association.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, if they stick to it, I see no qualm. It's different from titles we're used to seeing, anyways, right? Like the
definitely
same
different.
old, generic title
Yeah.
that gives these games. Yeah,
I wonder what the fighting style is going to be close to. The fact that it's being promoted as a tag, like assist, like fighter.
It looks
So
like a
like
slower MVC3.
yeah,
okay.
which I mean, and a lot of people like
With less
Marvel
juggling.
vs. Capcom, of course, less juggling as well too. Yeah,
No, it
Um,
doesn't. Well, I mean, I'm sure someone will find it infinite. It's a fighting game, but
and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where it comes to the casual versus like the one that's gonna, because the second this game comes out, you'll see it at Evo. Like I'm telling, this is gonna be.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's gonna
that
be up
year,
there.
it's CEO, it's Evo, 100%.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, they just did that with multiverses. Like it literally just came out
Yeah.
on beta a couple of weeks ago, and it's already there.
Yeah. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait to find out more about it. And get closer to release date. I feel like personally, this will be sometime late next year. Maybe even around the Evo time, August. July, August.
Yeah, because
But if
I
it
think
comes
that one more
earlier, that would be dope.
announcement. I think that one more announcement. I think you said it. I think you hinted to it. I think it'll be on the whatever the show is at
The Game
year.
Awards show or
The Game Awards. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
it'll be on that.
they'll do a
Game
drop
trend.
there. Yep.
It's a perfect place to do it. I mean, if you got one more announcement left for the year, that's the perfect place. And let that announcement show off more, like the game, like when is it gonna drop or whatever. Put a good
Exactly.
trailer together. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's all I got for that. So that was pretty cool. And then speaking of multiverse,
Speaking
We'll
of
just-
multiverse,
tap right into that right there. Season 1 delayed.
yeah, right. It's like, okay, let's talk about delays. Yep, season 1 delayed. Anybody surprised about this?
Not really, just because the game was kind of going off without a hitch. Something had to happen. Nothing goes this perfectly
Yeah.
nowadays with games.
Right. Yo, hold on.
It's like wait, yeah, it's like no. Actually, that's one of the greatest analogies.
That's
ever for
a
this day
really
and
good
age. Yeah.
analogy. Like literally, think about that. Like it's going too good. Something's gotta happen.
It's like
Something's
Something-
gotta
yeah.
what's wrong? What's wrong with you? When waiting for the other shooter to drop.
Right?
To drop. Like what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Like you fixed
yeah.
your servers by day 2, you stabilized them. The game is fun. Everything's kind of hitting, landing.
Yeah.
What's wrong here? What's gonna happen?
And that's my issue is with games nowadays is exactly that. Like you have this plan to put out a good game with content, post content, all that stuff. but you just can't seem to get the post content right. Like it's like
Yeah.
your game survives on content post launch. So,
But and here's that magic word that I'm going to throw out there: beta, because this game
Beta.
launched as a beta. We were playing the alpha
listen,
before the 26th.
How long was
now it's
Fortnite in beta before it came?
Tarkov's still in beta, and
Still
I
in
have
beta.
a patch. I have a patch that says when it was in fucking alpha 2017, and it was already out like for a year and a half before I even started fucking playing it. And I didn't get Turpin into it until like a year later, I think, or maybe 2 at that point.
I got
I want to
so
say
addicted to
2019.
that game when I started
Yeah,
playing
when
it.
did I hook you? 2019? I'm trying to think. When did I finagle you?
I don't know, but it was a year of Tarkov. It was just a year of me playing Tarkov and nothing but
Yeah.
Tarkov.
Yeah.
I would wake
So-
up and I would just raid until it got
I
dark.
love watching like people stream Tarkov. Like that's one of my things that I do. Like I literally be like on one of my monitors while I'm playing my Xbox. I'll have somebody up there just playing Tarkov that knows how to play the game, obviously. But
Yeah, I normally get like Lupo. I normally have a Lupo stream on that I'll watch.
yeah, when he plays it, I tune in. But
Yeah.
it's one of those games that I'm never probably end up gonna play as long as it stays on PC because I have a learning curve that doesn't allow me to learn how to play PC like at all. But I don't shit on the game. You guys, if you guys watch this pod, you guys know that Tarkov and now Ready or Not are the 2 games that I've been watching religiously on my YouTube as content. I'm like, these games are so good. And I love watching it. Like the whole idea of what Tarkov has done, and I know it's getting mainstream now, and it's now becoming like popular and it's coming up on people's feeds. But it's been around like Tarkov. It's been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
These guys have been mentioning it. It's not like it just popped out of nowhere. It's been around for like what, a year now, over a year.
I mean, that it's been like really the zeitgeist
Like
of like
not the
streamers
alpha, not all that, but alpha streamers, alpha, yeah.
Well, alpha stream, yeah. I mean, it's been to the forefront at least for the last like year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah,
like in the
and
forefront
it's now
of just
picking
like
up. Yeah.
And it's and then now with the announcement of arenas, and I know we kind of hijacked the multiverse conversation, but getting back to the multiverse
That's what
conversation,
That's what we do. Hold that thought.
That's what we do.
Hold that
You
thought.
said Turpin?
So
yeah,
hold that thought. So season 1 snapshot, show us what you got. So classic arcade mode. So which is kind of like what we were just talking about with Project L. I don't know if there's going to be a story linked up to it, but I mean, even going back to games like Smash and the fucking hand, figuring that, which I still don't understand what that's all about. Just with the fight in the hand at the end and different versions, and the hand just fucking you. Basically.
Yeah, so the hand is what was playing with the toys. So you gotta
right,
because they're all action figures.
Right, exactly. So
there's a whole metaphysical story behind the Smash story, man. It's beautiful, actually. It's beautiful.
Which I don't want. I would rather not get into it.
I can spend 20 minutes right now explaining it.
That'll be for another podcast. We'll save that story.
That's the spin-off podcast. Hold your thought.
Yeah, hold that thought. That's a spin-off one.
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
So, classic arcade mode. The one thing I look out here, I see Rick and Morty. Obviously, that looks cool. I see LeBron inside of a Robin costume, and
that looks
Bugs
so funny
as
to me.
it's cross-dress Bugs or Lola Bunny Bugs. I don't know yet.
There's I don't know if you remember it. I remember it. There was a Looney Tunes episode, like it was like a whole opera thing with Bugs.
Bugs and Elmer. Bugs and Elmer when he's doing his hair, and then they do the whole thing, and then depending on the hat. Yeah. Well, no, I thought it was Elmer. No, it was Elmer.
No, I think it was Yosemite.
Yeah, it was Yosemite.
They've done multiple. They've done. Are you sure?
Yeah,
there was
Elmer Fudd.
Hold on.
Wait,
I'll put. There's an Elmer one too. Where
I feel like it was Yosemite, but
yeah, but Elmer had remember they get married at the end because Elmer has the top hat on and
no, you're right, the big old top hat. Yeah.
And then also there's a whole scene where he's in the barber chair and Bugs is like dancing on his fucking head with the shampoo and like lathering his bald head.
You're right.
And doing that, and that,
that right there sold it. Yes, it is. It was Elmer. Yep.
It is
right.
Elmer.
Okay. So, but then depending on because he put on the wig, I think that's what it was. It was the wig that landed on Bugs, and then he got all feminine and whatever. But he was also always cross dressing in those
Viking
cartoons
Queen.
Back then.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other story. Warner Brothers and cross dressing bunnies. Anyways, So this looks all cool. Banners, icons, great news, cosmetics, ranked mode. Right there. New ranked mode.
right?
Now, I
Smack
hope,
dead in the middle or to the right.
that's cool. Okay, that's going to separate the player base right there. As far as, I don't know necessarily in a bad way, but you're going to have people that are like, let's go get that rank and let's see how that works.
Oh,
And
yeah, because you're
hopefully
going
it
to be
is
watching
with
the ladder, and you're going to be climbing that
uh
ladder.
huh, and then
I mean,
hopefully it is with solos and
we'll still
duos.
get in the casual playlist. We'll still get those players that sweat it up in the casual playlist, talking shit, and you know, because they can't
Sure.
really hang in the rank mode, so they got to come over to casual and sweat it
Yes.
out there, and then go, oh, you guys suck, go play rank, bro. Like, what are you here for?
Well, that's the one thing. Imagine if Multiverse actually had like a date rate, because it doesn't now. You can't even text people in like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't even send a chat to somebody. I mean, I'm sure you can after like you played them. I think you could like
I mean, there's
add
you
them
can
because if
you
you're
can add them. Yeah, someone actually added
Yeah.
me today. It was another
Oh, really?
Shaggy. I did a little Shaggy mirror match, and he got bopped.
There you go. So he's like, oh, this guy's good. I must hit him up and
Yeah,
find
he
out why
said-
he's so good.
I got a friend
He
of
wanted to
mine.
learn some things, you know.
So I think it'll be cool when it comes out. I think I talked about this in a Spaces. Oh my god, I was in a Spaces. Yes, we know. I talked about this in a Spaces.
Spaces. Shout out to
on-
those Spaces.
Shout out to Spaces. I talked about this in a Spaces on Twitter about this game. Like the amount of characters that that they can pull from is fucking endless. Like I said, you could get Friends on here.
Oh,
You
bro.
literally you could
Content
get
pool.
Seinfeld on here. Like it's insane.
Their
The
catalog
amount of
is
characters.
insane.
One
yeah.
of the biggest allures of Smash Brothers is having that fantasy matchup of Samus versus Sonic or Bowser versus Sephiroth. Like
Yep.
just some crazy fantasy matchup. Now you've got it. You've got the Iron Giant versus Steven Universe for God knows what reason. But it's fun.
Yeah.
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 And
That's-
duos too. Like I mean, I know you played solos. I haven't played as
The
many
game
solo
is
games, but
it's so much more fun 2v2. Believe
Yes,
me.
it is.
The 1v1
Yes, it is.
mode is it's something that I'll play like when I'm sitting here and I'm like I don't know what I want to do, but I want to play something competitive.
You want to get past the time, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think this game was built on duos.
It was
wasn't
built. The
solos.
premise was definitely built around the 2v2 system, and it's great because there's so many games that have a 2v2 in it, but it's just thrown in there for shits and giggles.
Correct. Yeah.
To have a game really based around like this 4v4 platformer aspect fighter is really really sick, and the perk
terms of-
system is really cool as well.
because you played Smash a lot, like religiously, going all the way back to Melee and even back before that,
Smash
before Melee.
64, baby.
Yeah, Smash 64. So I'm gonna ask you, as far as from single player and more recently because you've been playing on the Switch with Ultimate, obviously. Compare singles in this to singles in Smash Ultimate. As far as like
singles in Smash it's way more mental. Smash is a very mental game where you're controlling space, you're controlling the map, you can't really mess up. Multiverses, you have so much mobility, right? You have 2 air dodges, you have 2 recovery moves in the air to get back to the stage. You're not dying unless you make a really bad mistake. As far as your movement is concerned. So you're just jumping and you're throwing out moves and you're like, okay, when this hits, I can do this. In Smash, you really can't just randomly throw hitboxes because you're gonna get punished for it.
got it.
But the 2v2, like it still works. Multiverses it scratches this itch where like even if I get bodied, I'm at the end of the game. I'm like, I could have won that. Let's go again.
Yeah, you don't feel
I don't feel
discouraged.
I don't feel defeated even if I get bopped. I'm just like
let me highlight that. That is a huge accomplishment for a developer that they're always seeking for in these types of games. Any game where they're seeking for that right balance right there, where it's like, yeah, I got defeated, but I don't feel bad. I don't feel discouraged. I want to keep playing.
yeah, not many games can do that. Like I play a lot of fighters. I play, Guilty Gear.
You know what
King
didn't
of
do that for
Fighters,
me,
Street
which I was
Fighter.
very surprised? Elden Ring. I was very surprised because I'm not into those type of games
the
where
whole-
you die and then you lose shit and you got to go back. Not big into that, but the balance in Elden Ring was a whole lot like it made me feel like, damn, I lost to this boss or this regular enemy. I'm not mad because they cheesing the shit on me. I'm mad because I keep doing the same shit and not changing my tactic. There's a different tactic here.
You got to learn,
the moment
right?
you change it, it's the learning curve there. Then the moment you learn that curve and you get around it, now you're like, oh shit,
It's a whole new game.
Yeah, it's a whole new game, and then here comes another enemy, so you got to figure that enemy out. Same thing with multiverses. Same thing with these kind of games. Developers are looking for that balance, and for you to say that, I'm sure a lot of developers, if they hear that, that's exactly where they're like, yes, they
Clip
can
it and ship it,
exhale.
folks.
Yeah,
Clip it and
exhale
ship
and
it.
go. That's exactly what we're going for. That right there. He lost, but he still goes. I'm not discouraged. I'm gonna go back and do it again. Let's rematch this bad boy.
Yeah,
Like,
there's very few games that can do that. I'll be playing Guilty Gear sometimes, and I'll just get completely destroyed. And I'll just shut the console off. It's
shut
like,
the
all right,
console right off.
I'm
Yeah.
done. That just discouraged me completely. I'm not playing this game for a week.
Call of Duty,
Fin-
Call of Duty, same thing. Yeah, it's like fuck this game.
Sometimes you just have that moment. It's just the fuck this game moment,
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
turn
yeah.
off consoles no more. I just delete the game. Fuck them.
right?
I like when I get those experiences when I'm just like I load up a game that I might have had installed but I haven't touched in a while, and then I load it up and then I'm in it and then I'm playing it and I'm like, why the fuck did I start this game?
Yes.
Like, and it might not have been a multiplayer game. It could have been a single player game. It's just, but then it's like, why? And then I have that realization with myself, and I'm like, why the fuck am I playing this?
Dude, I'm
It's
doing
a
this with
craziest
Valhalla, and like every few months with Valhalla, I'll go. I'll give it a try now. I pop it in. And it's like this dude is still hanging off the fucking tower. I realize why I don't want to play this. Look at the goddamn map. I'm done. Uninstall it again. Like that's where I'm at with Valhalla. Like, why did I start this again? Like Valhalla is such a bloated game. It's like, oh, but yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it's such a weird feeling, but yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for the season 1 to come out because more so, I'm excited for ranked for sure for this game, and I'm excited to continue to play the game too. Like I said, me and Sharp have been getting in quite a few games. It's one of those games. It's one of the fighting games where, I mean, even when he first asked me to play this game together,
I feel like
and he
was
was
like,
like,
"Want to play with me?" Honestly,
well, no, because I could literally, I'll bring up the fucking Discord, but I don't want to leak DMs. I'm not gonna leak DMs, but I'll just go back essentially. I mean, I pretty much remember it.
We're gonna become that podcast. It's
the first message where he goes, and I'm kind of scavenging back, but he goes multiverse, and I was like, yeah, and then he goes and he asked me right after, solos or duos. And now, mind you, this is, and he told you the reputation that we have together when it comes to fighting games.
Right.
I don't think he finished typing the fucking word duo as I was responding to him, and I put twos.
That's funny.
I literally just I didn't even put duos. I said twos.
We haven't played ones yet, but when that day comes, I'm waiting. I'm ready.
Yeah, well, eventually we'll play ones, but like he said it himself, ones aren't really that much fun in this game. Twos, on the other hand, though, we have a lot of fun playing twos together. And it's been a really, like, there's a few games that we do play together, but the fact that we've been able to play this game together and have the amount of fun that we're having together, I appreciate that.
It's nice to have a Smash game or Smash-esque game that it's not just me and my brother playing. Because usually it's just me and him.
Yeah, you guys, especially when it comes to games like that. And I'm not on that level as Jeremy, as you, or our buddy Spencer as well too. I'm not there. When it comes to, like, I'm sorry, I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm not fucking there. And it may be just because I haven't put in the amount of games as much as you guys had to play it. But even if I did, I wouldn't know if I'd get to that point. But this game feels like one of those games where, like, I feel like I've adapted to it a little bit easier. I don't feel like it's that much like the learning curve and stuff. I don't feel like it has that hard of a learning curve. Not to say that Smash does or anything like that, But I feel like
in Smash, each character has like maybe 16 to 22 abilities, plus like a whole bunch of different kinds of movements. All the movement in multiverses are fairly similar, and then you have like 6 abilities per character.
Yeah, that are different. That makes them their own unique kind of version, basically.
Right, and they all feel different, which is great.
Yes. Yep. The Superman fly across the fucking map, grab you and punch you off versus like Batman, because that's like one of the I love. And listen,
versus
I'm going to
say
this too.
Throwing smoke grenades down and just kind of comboing you with batarangs and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to get this off my chest. I don't give a shit out there for those listening or whatever. If you feel like Superman's broken, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. Get good. That's what get fucking good. Don't bitch that he's being used. If you watched Evo yesterday, we're talking about that's basically the best of the best right there.
At least it ain't Velma.
Playing. And it could be worse. It could be Velma and fucking Bugs.
They just released a list of the characters and their rankings, S rank.
Oh, like the tier list, right? Yeah. I'm about to look that up real quick just because multiverses tier list. There's probably a Reddit one. Well, there's rock, paper, shotgun. How's reliable do we think?
Most who complain about games like this, I always say get good. Get good. That's just
with that one, I'm just play the fucking game, man. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break.
Like, go fuck yourself and go get better.
And for anyone who doesn't run it back, You got to run it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
that's
to run
another
it
one, man.
back.
gotta
You
run
can't
it
be.
back.
You can't be like that. You got to run it back. Don't
Game
be that
literally-
guy. Don't be
Game
that
gives you an
guy.
option. Game gives you an
Yeah,
option for
man.
best of 3, man. Like, what are we doing here?
You got to
Be that
run it
guy,
back.
man. If you win the first round, like run
Oh,
it back.
especially if you win, you can't drop out if you win.
You can't
Like
drop
if you
out.
get
Don't be
super
that guy.
bopped and you're like, I don't think we could beat these guys. Let's.
So this is rock,
can call
paper,
it.
shotgun. I don't know who the fuck these people are. I don't know what this is, but according to Rock, Paper, Shotgun, they have a tier list here. And we probably should have just went to Reddit, but eventually I'll find something posted up. The 2v2 tier list, or here's the 1v1. Finn, Batman, Harley, Bugs. You did say Harley, and
I
could
definitely
see
felt like
that.
Harley was top tier for 1v1s.
Yeah, same thing. Bugs, definitely 1v1s. A tier, Arya, LeBron, Jake, Shaggy, Taz, Tom and Jerry.
My boy Shaggy.
B, Garnett, Superman, Velma, Wonder Woman. C,
Where's
Iron
Shaggy
Giant.
at? On single? Oh, he's a
Eight.
he's an
Shaggy's
A-tier.
A, according to this list here. Multiverse 2v2 list: Finn, Batman, Harley, LeBron. Yeah, I mean Finn's. How many double Finns we fucking run into?
Okay.
Yeah, but the fact that they don't have Velma, Bugs in top tier 2v2
I know, which
is kind of
seems
questionable.
this is it's especially after yesterday because that's basically all
we don't know
saw.
whose tier this is. Is this?
Yeah,
these
I have
people,
no
rock,
idea.
paper, scissors, elephants, or whatever they call themselves.
And there were other websites too. Like here, I just clicked literally. So this is how we do it here on the podcast. I
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
something,
First,
I click the top one.
yeah.
Yeah, here 2 days ago. Here we go, another list.
Batman fans, see they got Superman in it.
See, they got Superman up there.
See, but is this singles or doubles?
I think they're just saying characters. Multiverse tier list.
Just-
All right,
just in
without
general.
further ado, here's our take on multiverse tier list is looking like right now.
And keyword there,
Still
our
load up.
take. That's their take. That's not the official. That's not the official one.
But still,
At
though,
all.
I've been really messing with Batman and Superman. That's been my two for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just the fact that you could get a game like that that's still outside of Injustice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring back that god tier fighting game.
Justice.
Yeah, man.
Justice is actually a pretty solid
good.
fighting game.
It's
Honestly.
it's MK, but with DC
Yeah.
characters.
Again, story is in that too. So
and the story is in that as well too.
Mhm.
the
which is
story
badass.
is sick, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
yeah. Hey
If you got-
Joshua,
yeah.
welcome to the podcast. No worries. I know you're late, but no worries. You can always rewind
That's
it.
all right. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's I'm excited for the season. I hope we get it soon.
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll get it
sometimes
soon.
it's-
We'll get it soon. They just got to work out a couple of kinks in here and there, and then make sure that it
I'm actually
it
curious
launches
as to what
solid.
delayed it. If it's the implementation, yeah, because that's a word. If it's the implication of the Rick and Morty, or if it's just like we're working out kinks on how the ladder
that's the
system's
thing.
gonna
When
work.
it comes to stuff like this, that's using this type of content, where it's like different universes, it almost seems like they have to clear with the lawyers and a lot of like there's a lot.
Maybe
even
even
though
though
it's
IP
owned,
from them.
yeah,
It's
even though
all
it's all
IP from them.
you still
Yeah.
got to clear with the lawyers, make sure nothing's weird there. Where
Or even with showrunners, like, is our character
Or
being represented the
showrunners,
way
right.
that we want it
Mhm.
represented or whatever? Yeah,
yep,
it's got to go through all the quality checks and shit. That
it's
makes
got to
sense.
do all that. So
I'm definitely playing them when they come out.
Yeah, no, I definitely. You guys been playing it religiously, so I'm definitely gonna play it more. I gotta play it more because it is the time I've spent on it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
great fun. Again, I'm
Hop
not a
in the
fighting.
rotation. I think it'd be a lot of fun if we can get 4 people going and we just kind of switch up teams.
That's I
after-
think that'd be more. That would me for me. That would be more like of like the Halo game like that. Like if I'm playing with a party, a group of people, then yes. But it's not for. I'm not a fighting game guy, so I'm not shitting on it. It's just I'm not those. I'm not. I don't see myself playing Call of Duty and go, ooh, I want to play multiverses, or I
Yeah.
want to play Mortal Kombat, or I want to play. I'm just not that guy. But there's a whole community out there. FGC, they're out there, and you guys are part of that. Like it's like this is fun, and I take your word for it. I just need a party up with people that's willing to play with me and have fun with it. I'm not going to join in by myself. Maybe
Yeah.
I will. Maybe I will.
And then
after-
eventually somewhere down the line they do something like what they did in I could only point to a game like Dragon Ball Fighter Z where they had like you could just start up a party and then just have people just join in your world, like pick the server
Right.
world
Mhm.
and then just have it where then it's just a group of people and then you just set up your teams and then you
Yeah.
kind of just do like this whole round robin kind of tournament thing going on where it's just people playing people and then other people able to spectate. That's down the line. I don't see that happening now, but if they could add things like that That would be pretty dope
That'd be
too,
really
like a
cool.
spectating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be
Some
so
type
cool,
of
man.
player lobby match going.
Yeah, player lobby match thing where you could like just rotate people in and out and have people spectate the match. That would be a lot of fun. It's a lot. It's asking for a lot, but that could be cool. That could be a lot of fun as well too. But yeah, man.
Oh,
That's all. That's all I got for
Joshua,
that.
don't get in your feels, Joshua. Don't get in your feels.
What do you say?
I think a
Party.
bunch of people would party up for you. I don't know if you weren't offline mode all the time. LOL. Like, don't get in your feels.
That's truth. That's truth right there. Because the only
facts.
only time you appeared offline was last week during the game night, and then and then you weren't seen.
And then I went back into my slumber. Yeah, that's how I am.
Then you went back to offline power washing.
Just like offline power washing. See, the thing is, man, I'm a solo guy, man. I play a lot of solo things, you know. Even Call of Duty, Cold War. I play Logic. He always, hey man, what are we playing? Nothing. I'm over here on Cold War. You want to party up? Nah. that's the conversation. Literally, that's the conversation. Not because I don't want to.
And I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad.
I had this conversation with Money yesterday, last night. It was Money, and I think Nick was in the party, and it was one of those things. It was like, bro, like we had this conversation where I'm like, hey, Money, I want to ask you a question. He goes, what? I'm like, when you send me invites, sometimes I don't even go into your party. Do you get offended? He goes, why would I get fucking offended? It's gaming. I'm like, okay, I just want to know because I feel that way. I feel like people get offended that I'm not taking their invites or that I'm not joining up, or because I've done that before where I send you guys invites and I don't get a response back. My immediate reaction is they either not in front of the screen, or they're doing something right now where they don't want to be bothered. Has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all to do with me.
Yeah.
Like it's just at that moment you're doing something, and I respect that. But I have that thing in back. Like I hope people don't think I'm just avoiding, and it's not that I'm avoiding. It's just I'm like really into when I play my games. I don't have time and I play a lot of campaign, a lot of story like games.
Sometimes you don't want to have full threaded conversations and party chats when you're playing a campaign. I understand that completely.
I want that story in my ear. I don't want the conversations. I've had those parties where I'm like, man, guys, hold on, I'm playing this campaign. Hold on, I'm trying to hit his line, and it's like you seen the TikToks. Hey man, he's over there. It's like, bro, what? Hold on, I'm over here listening to it, and they're laughing, and like the party's laughing it up. They're talking about the date of the week or where they went last week or nothing about games. It's like, I love it, but I'm trying to see who died.
I'm trying to game right now. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. There's a big twist.
I'm trying to make sure. I don't kill this character and as dusk falls. You know what I mean?
Like, right. I fucked up.
Trying to make the right decision here. I fucked up.
Yeah, he did now.
Yeah.
Right,
like there's certain games. Like if I'm playing Mass Effect, like if you message me, I'll message. Yo, what are you doing right now? I might not even tell you I'm playing Mass. I'm like, nah, I'm just chilling. I'm laying in bed. What? Like, yeah, no, I wanted to lay down.
I just almost feel bad. Yobi be hitting me up. Fucking Joshua be hitting me like all day. And I'm like, not all day. I don't want to make it sound like.
No, but still. But yeah, they hit you up. You're like, yo, come game. Yo, come play. You're like,
I'm sitting here like, not right now. You know, community game night. Yeah.
No, gotta do another one. Speaking of which, we had our last. We'll jump into that real quick because we're gonna wrap this up. We're getting a little long on the tooth. But we did do a vote for our next community game night. The winner was Fall Guys.
Hey.
Fall Guys. You guys voted for Fall Guys. I think it was like 30
Fall Guys. Yeah, so very good. So it was almost the same amount of response. Yeah, same amount of response that we got for Halo. So we're going to try to be respectful of people's times. We're going to try to when we do organize it, it will be that is an option too. Just set the busy. You know, I felt. You know what that missing makes a good point. That's like Discord. So you know my thing on Discord is I appear offline all the time. But also one of the things I did too. Discord allows you to hide the fact if you're playing a game or not. Because most people, like right now, I can see my dad's playing Black Ops right now. Like I know my dad's playing Black Ops. Me, even if I appear online and I start playing something, you can't fucking see if I'm playing something. Because sometimes I just don't like want people to know what game. Like it's weird.
I mean, you got judgy ass gamers out there that they'd be like, hey,
that's just like, wow, you're playing that. Like what the fuck?
That like Power Watch, buddy. Yeah, man, my goatee, bitch.
I mean, right? It's like, damn, I can't believe you playing that. Like, what? That's, I mean, but either way. But I've been very like that too, where it's like, you know, if I don't know, if I wanted to play with you, I would put that out there or message me. Like that's another thing. I always tell people that
I don't want to be that guy. I don't appear. I don't want to be that guy. Like I understand what you're saying. I just don't want to be the guy. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm always very what's that? Hyper
vigilant.
Not
sensitive.
I'm hypersensitive or hyper. Like I'm always in my thoughts. hence Sensei's thoughts. But I'm always in my brain, and I'm thinking, I'm always thinking like chess. Like if I don't want to say this where that person's gonna feel like this. I don't want to say that where that. Like that's how I feel about the whole Xbox thing with the invites and everything. It's like if I stay offline, I've done the busy before. I've done that.
Yeah.
Before. But I just, for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys let me know. For me, busy seems a little bit more rude.
Put offish. It's like, why would you even show yourself in the first place?
Like,
why would you even show yourself in the first place?
It's like
don't even fucking be online then.
You know it's gonna happen.
Go, and then that's
offline.
why.
I mean, why
are you offline then?
Yeah. Like, just stay offline, motherfucker. Just stay off.
And so,
what's the point of owning an Xbox?
It's that part, and that's why you just appear, offline and just solve the problem.
All that shit, I appeared offline. Though, I mean, if you send me a message, I'll probably respond. If you send me an invite and I don't get it, I might be on. But here's the thing too. I have my console's practically on all day long. Like I'm surprised it hasn't melted. Like it's literally on all day long. And for you guys who don't know, who hasn't been watching this pod over time, I'm semi-retired. I don't go to work. I'm not as miserable as most of you guys that go to work. They're happy and all that. I don't do that. I stay home. So I'm that guy. I have my Epicenter where it's like 2 monitors, computer, Xbox. It's on all day long. But that doesn't mean that I'm sitting here all day long just watching my Xbox. I literally get up, do my lawn, do some dishes.
Yeah, just because it's on doesn't mean you're there. You're
right.
not necessarily sitting.
Right, and I come back.
Instinctively, the first thing I do when I wake up after I get up out of my bed is turn on my PC. I don't sit down at my chair. I go upstairs. I have a whole process, but I'm not. But instinctively, my brain just like, you cannot walk past.
Yeah. Oh, he cut off.
And do that, even though my computer takes about 15 seconds. It doesn't matter. I need that. I need to save that time.
Shout out to our PCs that be telling you got in 15 seconds, right? That's a good thing.
I'm just saying. Are you gonna sound like
sorry?
Yo, shout out to everybody.
No. I'm always saying this because Buddy was talking yesterday about how he had to reset his son's computer, and he was redoing everything like from scratch. He said it took forever for it to like just shut down and reboot itself, like because there's so much on the computer. And he goes, "Man, he's like, hey, Kills, how long does it take your computer to boot up?" I'm like, "You really want to ask that question, bro?" He goes, "No, seriously." I'm like, "No, you don't want to ask that question. Not after what you told me." He goes, "No, seriously." I'm like, it takes about 10 or 15 seconds. He goes, "No. It's like straight boot up. Like if you shut it off and you turn it back on,
you shut it off and turn it back on.
15 seconds." He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, shout out to Logic." Yeah.
Be like M.2, motherfucker.
Yeah, M.2, bitch.
Yeah. M.2. They're like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
The secret passcode.
Yeah. That's what it's the PC Master Race secret pass.
Master Race, PC Master Race. People.
Oh God, we're gonna that's it.
We're over. Let's talk.
I'm Naraka. This was it.
Naraka
this is all
campaign mode
campaign
available
mode.
now.
It's out.
If you haven't played it in a while, it's out now. Go play it. It's available right now. Go ahead and play it. But that's it. That's gonna be the. I don't know. Unless you want to get into this, but that's the wrap up.
No, that was it. No, yeah. This was come out when Rocket came out, but I guess they held it off a little bit. Now it's ready and it's out. I think it was fun when we were playing too. Turpin didn't play it yet, so I might actually coax him to downloading it.
Good game.
And getting some games in. Just try it out because Battle Royale melee like a fighter. But like done right. So, I had fun, but I didn't have fun playing. Solos are fun. I got a couple of wins, but I did like playing it in teams. When I was playing like with Sunda and Reborn. Teams was a lot of fun.
Things are more fun with friends, right?
Yes.
Okay, these games are created with that in mind anyways. That's it. That's when they make these games, it's team-based. It's never, like, solo is just an add-on. But, yeah, I mean, same thing with me. I can't play it solo. I can, but it's not as fun as playing with a team because, you get the experience. You get the ha-has and the, over there and you suck and you're good and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, mostly that I suck, but
why'd you steal my kill? Why'd you steal that kill?
Trash talking your friends is always the best part, dude.
Oh, it's always the best. Shout out to Reborn. I don't know if he listens or he's in the chat or whatever, but if he is listening, shout out to Reborn, my man. Playing Fortnite, going off to the distance and then dying and blaming his whole squad on his death.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, I love that dude.
I do that. No, I do that on League. I'm not. Turbin's not even. Listen, we play League. Turbin's not even in the Discord. We're playing League. I'm playing League. I'm only talking to his brother and whoever else is in the party with us sometimes. But sometimes I just want to be like, and tell him what's going on and like talk, like communicate the game. Not that we're playing ranked, we're playing just regular normal games, casual supposed to be. But just to be like, hey, watch that junk. Like, but here's the thing about League, and I'll just before I go on a whole rant, you could basically anything that you want to explain to somebody inside of League of Legends, you could ping it to them. There's a ping system. I could ping a player. I could literally
similar to like
ping
Apex?
a player. But even more so, it's like a question mark ping and beware ping and things like that. You can everything that you need to almost communicate to somebody, you can do it non-verbally. So that's why it's also I think the game's been as successful as it's been, where you could do shit like that. But sometimes it's like words travel faster than actions. At least I think. Mm-hmm. But it's like you want to like communicate things and stuff like that. It's like you can't because he's not in the fucking room.
No, I'm not talking about the communication. I've heard and seen and played with you with the communication. Your communication, it's not that. I'm talking about. I've played with people in the past, including Reborn, where it's like my son is another one. Oh my god, my son. Where they'll go off. We'll play like let's say Warzone, me and my son, and he'll go off in the distance. We're playing duos or squads. He'll go off in the distance, die or get knocked, and then he's what are you guys at? Like. We're looting. Still looting? Yes, because we're not turbo graphics over here, bro. We're literally looking at the shit we want to put in our inventory. We're not fast like that. Like, we're old. You're playing with old men. And it's like,
oh, my God.
Oh, I knocked the whole 3 teams by myself. The 4th one got me. Like, oh, shit. Go ahead, champion. We'll get you back. Don't worry about it. We got money.
Right? We'll
get you back in.
Yeah, that would be the equivalent of like me invading like the enemy jungler or invading the enemy jungler, dying, and then question mark pinging my team like, "Yo, where were you guys?"
Right?
Like, that literally, you didn't follow that play.
It's
like
almost
you didn't
comical,
see. Like
though. It's almost comical. We'll watch like my son. He'll go off in the distance, and we'll just stop. Like we all know, me, Money, Draven, whoever's playing you. Like we'll all stop in unison and go, "Where's he going?" I don't know. Let him go. Let him do his thing. He'll find out soon enough.
It's far out there.
I'm down, and there it is. If you're listening,
Resme.
Resme. What you got at Resme?
Resme. Come Resme.
Right? Drop the money. You don't need it. I got it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got bullets for me, bro? Like, what happened to the 15,000 bullets I already gave you? Oh, I already used them because you missed everybody. Anyways, that's it. That's our pod.
That's what we got.
Spoke about MW2 MP review, which really wasn't a review. Halo Infinite, Family Game Pass, Project L, Multiverses, and the Rocket Blade Point campaign being out. I want to say special thanks to Turpin. Thank you for dropping in. Always a pleasure. Well,
this was dope.
First time dropping in, but this was good.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me for sure. It's been a lot of fun.
Bro, it's like I tell anybody, man, if you got keys, so if you don't have to worry about the back door anymore. Logic will let you into the front.
I'm telling this backdoor reference is fucking killing me. I'm over it. That's the second time you used it. Can we just?
All right,
just hit the back window,
I mean, anything, top floor, bottom.
He's got the ladder out there.
Yeah, it's accessible any which way. But no, man, thank you for dropping by anytime. It doesn't matter. Just drop by. I mean, you're always welcome here. Part of the STP family. And
I appreciate that 100%.
But definitely. Go ahead and I mean, I don't know if you want to let people know where to find you, or unless you're like me offline.
I'm an offline boy. You're not finding me anywhere.
Offline boys.
You're finding me in the chat.
Right there. Yeah, it's another spin-off pod right there. Offline boys.
Yeah, and hopefully, like I said, in the next Halo game night that we sponsor, so he can be the villain.
I'm taking
and Fall Guys.
Yeah, I would like to see like both of you in the Halo game night so that people can like have equal like a balanced out hate, keyboard and mouse both times, like fuck y'all, like so. Yeah.
No, and it won't even be that because we're all on fucking controller anyway. Just PC players.
It'll be something. Aim assist, something will be blamed. It would be your talent on Halo will be blamed on something, or their lack of. So
I got game recordings of that. Why is he killing me? Why is he so good? Why? And I'm like, bro, if you only knew. If you only knew. Okay, this isn't even. I'm nothing compared to the people. Okay.
Here's a hack that everybody. It's an elite controller. Anybody has access to that. You can
exactly.
Yeah.
Logic used to tell me all the time about all these great Halo games he was having, and he would be playing by himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm putting up 35 kills this game, 32 kills that you got to get on. You got to play with me." I'd hop on, get into a game. My man put up 5 kills. I said, "Damn."
Yep. I'm negative 12.
You speaking like that. You remind me. I gotta get with Kill for Cash because he's been wanting me to play with him on Cold War, and he's forever putting up screenshots of like 80 kills and 5 deaths and fucking 100.
Crazy.
Like
Yeah, popping
I
off.
took off 2 weeks and look at this game. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm good at Cold War. I'm really good at it, but not that good. So it's like, holy shit, I'm intimidated. I hope he doesn't listen to that part. Fuck that.
Oh god.
But
Yeah,
nah,
man.
man. Other than that, man, I appreciate you coming in again, brother. Anytime you know you've been family for a very long time in the gaming community. And you can drop in here anytime, man. You can run the pod if you want to. I'll take a week off if I have to.
Take a week off.
Um,
I'll be happy to drop in
Same.
anytime, my friend.
We're gonna
Hell
do
yeah.
solos. Listen, 1 week when Jeremy's not busy with school, I'm just gonna have you guys do the pod.
That's it. Yeah, fuck it, yo. Like just rotate it out and
Just do
shit.
the
You know?
boys.
But let me be first.
Yeah.
I want to be first. Long overdue.
First
Um,
guest. Sensei Star.
Yeah. Let me be your
Yeah.
first guest on Sensei Starts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Other than that, man, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for pausing 2 hours of your life. Logic. Any closing remarks?
Nah, man. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Listen, shout out audio listeners always. I see you guys. I love you guys. You guys are great. Same thing. Second day listeners, people, replay listeners, all you guys. If you can't make it, don't worry about it. Obviously, shout out to the chat, everybody that hangs out with us on the live shows too. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of
you guys
fun.
are gold. Yeah, you guys are gold.
Yeah, it's the reason why we do this every week, honestly, because we would just have these conversations without hitting the go live button. So the fact that you guys come and hang out and listen.
How many times have we like midweek go, man? Let's just do it now. Like we anxiously await for Sundays because we love.
Yep.
We just love having conversations. So it's been for 57 episodes now, over a year, and the guests has come on here, whether it be Big V, Turpin, anybody who's come to this, who's kind of like
heartbeat, money. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like people have fun and people like listening, to what we do, and that's a good thing. Thank you guys for that, man. I don't care how small or big this community gets. It's because of you guys. We keep doing this every single Sunday. I don't pay for this service for free. I do it because I know I'm servicing you guys and I'm giving back to you guys. So I appreciate that. And Turpin said it earlier, man, and it's one of those things I like hearing. The growth has been tremendous. He's been a day one supporter. He just mentioned before we went live, man, you guys' growth is crazy. And I didn't think of it that way, but watching earlier episodes, it's like, we did that? Holy shit, how many audio problems we had? Like, why did our mic just cut out there? Like, it was a lot of that. So,
audio cutting out, video cutting out, shit.
Oh, yeah, bad quality, everything here and there. But you guys stuck around. I appreciate you guys being day ones and originals to the channel. But stop gatekeeping us and fucking talk about us and put us out there on Twitter world and all your social medias. Talk to your barber about it. You're the one that paints your hair on and shit. Talk to him about it and be like, hey, man. Yeah, get that out there. Man. We want to grow. We want to make this more special and bigger for everybody. Let's not keep it to ourselves and make this special thing, be heard everywhere else. But I appreciate you guys again for another good, beautiful Sunday. This is episode 57 in the damn books. And as I always say, happy fucking gaming, everybody.
Later.
Later.